Hello?
Okay, no, I didn't.
Are we
love
live?
you. Sorry.
We all have fun. Thank you. Love you.
We'll remember that trick for the future.
What did you just do?
He unplugged and replugged in something.
Of course.
That's about right.
Try turning it off and on again.
Yes, this is our IT guys thing. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We are down our usual tech guru, at least for a little while. Hopefully he'll be able to join in before the end of this, but work has him tied up. So you guys get to futz around with me attempting to do all of the techie stuff, which pretty much means
Which
that...
is going to be great when she attempts to get us to the fighting scene. But we'll
Yeah,
get there.
when I change
okay.
screens,
We'll
we're gonna
worry about
have
it
some
when we get
small.
there.
Yeah, there are going to be kerfluffles involved with this evening's adventure. So, my apologies for that. Trying to think. Stream announcements. He usually does stream announcements. I don't know what I'm announcing. Anybody have announcements?
Yeah, kind of. Hi, welcome to the Casual Cactus channel. Casual Cactus isn't here at the moment.
Casual with a C, cactus with a K.
Our usual prickly pear is otherwise detained. So we
have
streamers.
YouTube. We have streamers.
oh yes, we have
Dani
streamers.
streams.
There are streamers.
I stream.
streams. Curie streams.
I stream. I stream creative.
I
And
streamed
we'll-
like twice.
We're gonna shout that out at the end because for some strange reason we don't have our own little like doobly doo on the stream deck.
Ah.
So
Doobly doo.
Oh.
You better be careful. That
Wait.
might be copyrighted.
oh no.
We have YouTube.
We have
Yes.
things in places on the internet.
And I will
Yes, we do
post
have
them
And if you
on
YouTube. Aha.
the chat.
We also have our
I will
Discord.
put
Yes.
some of. We have YouTube. We have Discord. If you would like.
What a
Guys,
kerfluffle
we're
there.
Yes. Now within the Discord there are a couple of asides now. There's a new channel for some of the character asides where I've taken things that we've done with one-on-one character development and turned it into short story format for easier digestion, and you guys can peruse that if you're interested in seeing some of the. Thus far, we've got one with Claudius, and we've got one with Elaine and Malbane. So feel free if you would like to check out our Discord. Okay, and with that, because I don't know what the heck else Keith usually says, we're just gonna go ahead and dive into it. Would someone like to? What's that? Oh yeah.
We talk about recaps.
We usually harass him about recaps, and then we have someone recap. Would you like to recap, seeing as you're the only person without a finger halfway up your nose?
Yes.
Halfway is a stretch.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
No, it's at my house.
Oh, thank goodness.
Let's see. Last week we.
Or 2 weeks ago now, so it's been a
It
second.
was 2 weeks ago.
Last
It was a
time.
minute. It's been a minute. Let's see. We. Where did we start at? I didn't take notes. So.
Let's see.
We arrived at Cannibal Cove.
I mean, I've been
Yeah.
listening
Oh, yes,
to it, so
okay,
if you
yes.
want, I can do it.
Okay.
We made a
No,
deal
it's
to
fine.
enter.
We did. Yeah, there were a bunch of skulls when we were entering Cannibal Cove. Also, just as an aside, we went to Cannibal Cove. We talked to. I can't remember her name. Was it?
None of this, Spinach.
Yes,
That one.
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah,
Nani.
that chick.
Nani. And she
I don't even know where that came from.
made us all promise to bring back
You're
the dead. Yeah, bring back your dead.
Basically.
So, and of course there was some sort of magic. Everyone has little wristbands.
Mine is sparkly.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, this is sparkly
Yes.
and makes fun, like, party noises.
Yes. It lights up too.
Doosh,
It's very
doosh,
exciting.
doosh.
Yeah. Party bracelet. Let's see. We went. We found a magic shop.
Where we spent
Most
of
of the
sessions.
episode.
Yes, we did indeed spend quite a bit of time there.
We had
Behind
stuff
the beat
happened
curtain.
there.
Stuff
Yeah.
happened.
Innuendo.
Xerxes bought a rod of tentacles.
We don't have to go through everything we bought.
We shopped
That
in the
was
adult-only
that was
section of the
only
magic
thing.
shop.
There was an adult section that we decided.
And then
Anyway,
we-
that was the important
we
thing
made
that
sure
I did.
that
I was talking.
we
Oh.
had paired off in couples
Matt didn't get it.
for
either.
the sleeping arrangements.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And
Except for
I
Xerxes
believe that's where we ended
stayed
off.
with the Tweedles.
And the Tweedles dug a well.
They dug a well.
Oh.
The
The
Tweedles
Tweedle
dug a
in the
well.
hole.
One of them got stuck in the well, and then some people helped get them out of the well.
And Chipper
And
drew a
Xerxes was
picture.
not helpful at
That's right.
all getting them out of the well.
In hindsight, that was 4 hours of us accomplishing absolutely nothing.
It really
It
was.
Beautiful.
It
But
was.
we know there
It
is.
was
We
beautiful.
also
It
know
was
that there is a
great.
meeting going down.
Yes.
Oh, yes, and
yeah.
we found out about a meeting, a secret meeting.
Yes, there is
Yes,
a secret meeting
There's
going
a secret
down.
meeting that we are now privy to.
Did you actually find out where?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
It was in a place where they mentioned, and I don't remember where
It
that
was
It's-
behind a landmark that they mentioned.
Yeah.
Isn't it a barn?
Yeah.
It was something.
Who is this? Chipper!
Hey,
Chipper!
Chipper!
Chipper! We are down at Keith, so we're having kerfluffles of technology and despair. So
Yeah.
this is going to be a fascinating stream. But yes, so I believe that it was a temple.
Yeah, I think it
was
was
a
a
temple?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's a temple in
that's
the rune
not
jungle.
That's
yeah.
good knowledge.
Also, Xerxes promised not to let the Tweedles eat
Yes.
Right.
anything. So, and
That's
he
where we left
kept
off.
that promise. Yeah, that is
Yes.
where we left off.
I
Yes.
think we had dreams too. Those
Oh
were
There
yes,
were
we did
dreams.
have dreams. Yeah.
There were dreams.
Oh,
Yes.
And
right.
yeah, and
I
you got
failed.
yeah, you
Those of us
failed
that
your
slept.
save for the first
Well,
time.
for
So
those
now
of us left.
you've got
One
you've
point of
got break
exhaustion.
points. You've also got a point of exhaustion. You've got a break point.
Mhm.
You? Who
No.
else?
I didn't.
Somebody
have
else
one,
has.
no.
Maybe it
I
was
I think
Keith
I've
Keith.
got
got
my
6.
saves.
I
Yeah,
think
you-
Keith might have one.
You have 6?
I have not passed these tests.
Why do you think he
Big
made a
break.
deal
You
with
passed
it?
the one. Ironically, you passed the one that ended up with such
Traumatic
disastrous
results.
consequences.
So you're better when you're not
But yeah, I was
sober.
okay.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
And morning.
Yes, so it is morning now. To answer your question, Chipper, yeah, oh, well, you already answered your question. Yeah, hopefully he'll be able to join us before we're done.
Yes.
We will find out. But you have reached morning. Thank you,
Thank you.
Poser.
Hey,
You're
thanks, Poser.
awesome. You guys
Well,
are
that's in a
you
row.
you rock. Thank you
Yes,
much.
already.
So you guys wake up in the inn. There are wash basins if you would like to bathe, something stuff like that. In case you would like to start the next leg of your adventure, not disgusting. You're probably, I mean, it's
I'm
slime
pouring
armor.
on a potion. A little bit of
So...
anti-smell potion.
Oh, okay, that's right. I was
Right.
like,
Oh
we
yeah,
haven't
we
done
did.
that
We
yet.
also purchased the.
Forgot about that. Yes, you have an anti-stink serum.
Mhm.
That's true. So yeah,
Roll me an anti-stink die.
I'm gonna roll that to see how effective this is because I just want to know. We will see how unstinky you are. Oh, you're pretty. Actually, you smell pretty nice now. That's
Sweet.
that's a nice high roll. So you are much more tolerable company than you might have been before.
I'm sure we'll all
Mazel tov.
appreciate it.
Yes.
So, yeah, there is breakfast downstairs ready for you, and I'm not sure that you got a time for this meeting that is happening. Did you? I kept
feel
trying to
like-
find that, but
I think
They said
tomorrow.
like tomorrow
Yeah.
night, but
It's been a
No,
couple of weeks.
they did say evening because I remember
Yeah.
being like, do we really want to stay that long? Yeah, it is supposed to be in the
Mhm.
evening.
okay.
Yeah.
If you were able to, because I kept trying to find it in our last thing, and I could not get to the right spot in our last
you
adventure.
got lost in the sea of innuendo.
Yeah, I did. I got lost in the sea of innuendo. So
Don't we
I'm
all?
going
I
to
mean,
say
don't you?
that
Oh,
you found out like
those
roughly
tentacles.
that it's
Let's
in the middle
not
of the
let's
rune
not
jungle,
sail
which
our
is
ship
kind
back
of
into
on
those
your way
waters.
to where you're going. So while you're probably going to be moving a little bit slower because it's not as far as you would get if you were just booking it across. It is kind of on the way that you were going anyway. So So yeah, you've got that information. You've got, you kind of know roughly where the Rune Jungle is. It's above Cannibal Cove. What would you guys like to do?
Wait, booting up.
Bless you.
Bless you. Gosh, you have the cutest sneeze.
Janice, I see you've changed again.
That
Oh,
was
Wait,
really
wait,
fun
Oh
to
yeah.
watch.
Oh, right.
Look like a weird
You
emo
were in
kid.
with nothing.
Leave it at that.
That look on her face was, why, yes, I was.
And nothing.
That was
That was
really
your-
fun to watch.
So it is you, Janice.
You're not
Yeah, here.
This is our
In our room.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so
We're not at
I
breakfast.
assumed that we were at breakfast.
Oh,
No
yeah,
one claimed it.
apparently.
Okay.
I imagine it was very entertaining.
Entertaining is not the word I would use. Interesting, not entertaining. I really don't know how I feel about that.
You might have a better idea if you'd actually slept.
Let's go get breakfast.
And a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
A lot of coffee.
Just injected.
So, Emmy is in with her Displacer Beast. You're with the Tweedles in a barn.
Yes, I am. Indeed.
I had intended
Yes.
on running some stuff sideline with you, so remind me later and we will do some
Okay,
of that
yeah,
as
we can
far
do
as
that.
your relationship with the Tweedles. But we'll suffice it to say that you became good friends with your native
Shush me.
your native brethren, rock monsters. You appreciate their incredible honesty, their remarkable absurdity, and they stayed up a good chunk of the night talking to you before finally just like kind of rolling over into a big lump of rocks. So, but now they're getting up. I'm hungry.
Hungry? Then you should eat. That's usually what one does when one is hungry.
Didn't you tell me I couldn't eat?
Well, it's morning now, so.
I can eat!
Morning.
You hear that, Dom? We can eat.
Should not eat for 3 hours after swimming.
Consult your doctor.
You can consult your doctor.
I smell food carts. Can we go? Can we go, please?
I suppose.
Yeah, Mom. Can
Why
we go?
not?
Can we go?
Why? You
You
don't
just-
need my permission.
We don't need his permission. Excellent. And he just like rolls literally out of the barn door, towards.
Become more like Gorons with every passing moment.
that was kind of a normal thing because you when you first saw them,
They were rolling down.
yeah, they were
Yeah.
rolling down a mountain, so it's kind of what they do. I didn't intentionally make Gorons; it just kind of happened that way.
Isn't a bad thing.
Yeah,
No, it's
it
not.
works. It works.
It does.
So your Tweedle friends are rolling towards downtown, and narrowly stop before hitting the well that they created last night.
The wall of the well.
yep,
that
the
they
wall
also
of the well.
created, Okay.
But
That's
they
fine.
do stop before hitting the wall. So the well is still intact and confusing a lot of people who did not realize they had a well in the middle of town.
Fair. I would be confused too.
Indeed. Do you follow them over there? Do you meet up your comrades?
I'll probably meet up with my comrades.
All right.
Go for some breakfast.
So the inn has some really
They
good
reminded me that I was
snacks.
also hungry, so.
There you go. So you work your way into where they are already seated. Elaine. You wake up to Melbane, like curled up, sleeping well probably for the first time in a long time. Like, between being shoved in a bottle for a really long time and all of that, like, he's getting a really good night's sleep, and like little drool kind of wrapped up around you. Really just
Adorable.
it's adorable. It's adorable. He's real pretty. He smells pretty bad, but he's real pretty.
That's fair.
Yeah. Are you gonna sneak out?
I think I can move without waking him up.
You can try.
I'm going to try to extract myself from him very carefully.
Stealth roll?
Yeah.
Pretty good stealth. Oh, I
He's
have-
real
For,
asleep, so it's not even gonna have to be a
acrobatics.
super
You
high
sneak
check.
away from your companion of the evening.
Right, one night stand.
26.
Oh yeah, he is
Out
out.
like a light.
You don't even kind of interrupt his slumber at all. Like, you can kind of he like curls up the blanket without ever waking up. He's still really out, so you're good.
I'm going to. You said there was like a wash basin
Marsh basin.
Wash. and stuff in there, so I'm going to kind of move it a little bit more prominently in the room so that he'll notice it when he wakes up.
Subtle hint.
Like,
Dude, just
take a
stink.
bath. And I'm going to go downstairs for breakfast.
Excellent. All right. You guys meet down at the table. Elaine is probably the last one to show up at the table. Awkwardly enough for her.
Distract myself.
Yes.
Good morning, sunshine. You seem rather chipper for a morning.
Gems?
Yep.
How often is this going to happen?
I assume
I
we go
do
to
not
eat.
know.
I assume it's whenever we go to a new territory.
You have to know the territory.
And this one apparently is dark and brooding.
Alright. Well. Have you ordered breakfast already?
I don't eat.
Nithal comes over with like a gigantic vat of coffee. You guys seem like you need this. Yeah, you especially. He just brings out a giant beer stein so that you can pour your own. It's like yeah.
No.
You know that's not.
Do I have a spell? Ding, 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 ding.
Knock.
Have you showed back up here?
I was making my
Yes.
way, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
would
I would
be
be
here.
back, yeah. Yes.
Are the Tweedles okay?
Is everyone else
they,
okay because of the tweet?
Went to investigate. They said they smelled a food cart.
Oh.
No more food cart.
Well,
Did they finish their well?
What well?
Excuse
Yes.
me?
Yes.
They dug a well
Yeah,
for the
they
town
did.
last night.
Last night they decided to dig a well,
Lovely.
as one does.
Apparently they heard people complaining about not having any fresh water, and so they dug a well.
how sweet.
Or more just dug themselves into a well.
Okay. Well, I want some breakfast before we go out and deal with them.
Limited menu for breakfast. Is that all right?
That's perfectly fine. Whatever you have.
I'm on it. It will be very much to your liking. And he
Perfect.
kind of disappears behind the bar, and the smells coming out of the kitchen do smell really, really nice. So,
Where's Melbane?
I killed him.
Yep, he's asleep still.
Oh, you sweet, precious, innocent girl. You can't kill anything.
You've watched me kill things.
Yes, but not something innocent.
You don't know.
Melbane is the most innocent person I've met when we've come here to Wonderland.
Really? You think so?
Did you forget the part where he tried to kill you?
Well, that was whatever was controlling
That's
him.
unfortunate.
I mean, what about the shopkeep? The bookkeeper. What was?
Archibald?
Sure.
Or
No.
No, he was not innocent.
Joe Schiller.
No, his uncle.
Yeah.
Whose name's in my notes, but it actually is probably rather fitting that I can't. Virgil.
Yes. But Mel Baden tried.
True story. I'm going to the magic shop.
I might come with you. I might see if he has some other things that I did not think about.
You know, you're going to have to sleep. Some people die
I'm
when
walking
they don't
out.
I don't.
You don't count.
I don't.
You also, we don't count. Humans need to sleep.
Minotaur.
He is not human.
Yeah, he's not.
Okay.
Are you human?
I'm going to say
Oh
that
no,
I
you're
can
an
actually
Azamar.
say
No.
that. Minotaurs have to sleep.
But
We've
you
seen
I've already
those
left.
So, you two, like,
without breakfast.
I don't
Natal,
need to eat.
But you take
I
the
take
coffee
the whole
with you.
coffee.
it's just the whole
Oh my
thing. Natal comes through and like,
The beer
passes
sign
you.
is still there.
Yeah.
Just take the
You
cauldron.
just dipped it in, set it down, and took the rest.
He kind of looks at the table as he lays out all the food, and it's really nice. They're like hard-boiled lizard eggs, and like they're big, and there's like all of this really really good vegetation that looks homegrown and all of that good stuff. Like it's a nice spread for being a limited menu breakfast. But he looks to see that the cauldron of coffee is missing, and he's like,
If for some reason he doesn't bring that back, we'll pay you for it.
honestly, you've already paid quite enough. It's quite all right. But I didn't realize somebody could actually drink that much in one sitting. I'm
It's a good experiment.
amazed. You'll have to let me know how that goes for him. It's a bit stronger than usual coffee.
Shits for days.
He's
Yes,
going
but the
to.
coffee won't kill you. The water will.
The slime armor is going to take on an entirely different appearance.
Oh, Dani!
Sorry.
We're going across the water.
Luckily.
Does the slime clean?
I mean, I assume that the water would take away not the slime, but whatever else may be there.
Find out when you get there, Aaron. So you guys start strolling towards the magic shop. The open sign is lit. There's nobody really in there right now. But when you do dee-doo into the door, you can hear from inside the cabinet that's sitting inside in the middle of the room this. One moment! And the cabinet doors swing open and Shellworm just kind of topples out. I'm good. Sorry.
Morning, Joe.
Sorry.
Morning.
What?
Morning.
Oh, good morning to you.
Yes.
What can I help you with?
Oh, I was wondering if perhaps you had a spell that I might copy into my book.
Remind me what that was. Did you tell me what that was?
Not Joe. I did tell Dani, but Dani doesn't remember.
Yeah.
Tell Joe.
Non-detection.
Non-detection. Let me check. While I'm checking, what is it that you're looking for?
I have a big order.
What's that?
5 Big Macs.
Sausage on 3 of them, bacon on the others.
On a Big Mac?
What?
What?
Adequately weirded out by that,
So,
but that's okay.
I'm going to take the bag of scales out, and I'm going to hand them to him.
Oh.
This much worth, and more when we return. I need a special order. Some of it I need as quickly as possible, and some of it I will need you to continue to make as a special order for me.
I want to never sleep again.
I am looking for a potion that will aid me in my endeavor to not sleep.
Oh. So,
I have a friend who's just started a business.
Roll me a-
LSD.
roll me a perception check.
Oh,
You
Can
both
I-
can, yeah.
Steven, I think you have disadvantage on that.
Probably would, yeah.
No, that's
Exhaustion.
Yeah.
18.
Same roll.
Man,
Oh yeah.
15.
Actually, you would both notice this. The bookcase full of papers and books and all of that behind the cabinet looks the same. Everything else has changed.
Pardon?
Everything else in the shop is different than it was yesterday. Every bit of the merchandise is totally different.
including the beaded section?
Ooh, we need to go back to the
Oh.
beaded section.
I'll be
There
right
is no
back.
there is no beaded section this time.
Oh.
Only on Tuesdays and
Oh, yeah,
Thursdays.
You do notice that there are a lot more like novelty items that are kind of like it almost looks a bit joke shopish, and he looks at you and he's like, I do believe that I saw something like that this morning. It might come with a few caveats, and I can continue to make things for you while you're on your journey, but this one might be a little off.
That's just fine.
You okay?
You sure you want
One
this?
moment.
Well, I'm getting good help.
He kind of like you hear this as he starts knocking around in the back trying to find what it was that he
I
had
like
seen.
to imagine it's less of you like sipping it and you're just like, and then with your big cow head.
You're just slurping it.
It's like a trough.
To get him a milk dish.
Yeah.
Drinks very similarly
Here's a
to
straw.
Emmy.
Thanks.
So,
Oh yeah. You can make
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Within,
yes.
within relative.
After a few moments, he comes back with this armful of vials and this jar, and begins to funnel some of the things from this jar into vials. You get about 4.
Energy powder.
Pretty much, you get about 4.
I don't know
And,
how magic works. It might just take that.
He hands you the 4, and he looks at you. I believe there will be side effects, but it should keep you from the need for sleep.
Can
It will cure your exhaustion with some.
Can I ritually cast Identify?
It's gonna
So
take 10 minutes, but
yeah,
I mean, it's not like we're doing anything.
yeah, and
wrong.
he goes to start rustling around for your spell scroll too, and pretty much what it is it is a potion of vitality. However, it also has wild magic side effect.
Ah.
So
It'll be
That's-
side
this
of
is
it.
a wild magic shop. That makes
yes,
sense.
Yeah.
which is also why he doesn't know what shop he's gonna be opening in the morning every morning. It just kind of depends
I'll
on
put
the
the
day.
vial back in its case. Good luck.
so
Do
yeah,
not
you
mix with
managed to get
alcohol.
4.
You're not mixing with
He is able to find you a spell scroll.
Does he have the appropriate resources I would need to copy it?
Actually, yes. Like it came from the bookcase, and apparently the bookcase does not change.
Okay.
That is a permanent fixture. You kind of gather that maybe the shop was built around the bookcase.
I need to keep track of our satchel better.
Inventory.
I think that's everything from my point of view.
Most excellent. Well, so I will be seeing you again.
Hopefully before too terribly long, yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I'm assuming these, well, as a potion of vitality, he's doing a ritual cast, so I'll have that figured out anyway.
Yes, it lasts.
It's, well, the potion of
It gets
vitality,
rid
like,
of
yeah,
exhaustion
it
is
gets
what
rid
it
of
does.
exhaustion. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's less of a time thing, more of a.
So if you
Effect.
go 4 days and then drink it, you can reset.
Well, yes.
Wouldn't recommend that.
Wouldn't recommend it, but
It gets rid of one level of exhaustion, right?
well, it gets rid
It
of
actually
all
just
levels
gets
of
rid of
exhaustion.
exhaustion.
Oh,
All levels of exhaustion.
gotcha.
But at 4 days of exhaustion, your speed is at 0. Everything is at disadvantage.
And everyone in
You're
your
a-
party is yelling at
Hates
you a
you,
lot.
yeah.
Fair enough. Yes. So you
we
are
head
able
back?
to get what you need. Now, hurry back, and if you care for anything else, do send word. Also, I can have things delivered between some of the stores in the continent, so if you need, you can send word.
I hope not to need that, but thank you.
You want to buy a cat?
Yep.
Right.
Wait.
Do you have any?
I don't, but there is a pet store somewhere, I think, in the next avenue.
Yes,
Perfect. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Have a good day, sir.
You too.
Oh, I found it.
What?
The spell.
Oh.
I wasn't even looking for it.
Huzzah!
And I am headed back to go eat whatever anybody did not eat for breakfast.
I'm still there, so yeah.
I assume we didn't
Yeah.
leave.
You guys,
Yeah.
I'll start copying
We're
the spell.
eating.
roll me a perception on the way back.
Oh.
21.
21.
Oh.
4 plus 5 is 9. There's a wall. It's fine.
Yeah, you don't fall into the well, but you do kind of, since it wasn't there yesterday, you do sort of run into it. And, yeah, Brayden, there is a food cart turned on its side with an owner just sobbing next to it.
Gosh dang it.
Deluxe cabbages.
Not cabbages. So yes, that's a thing that exists. But yeah, you guys wander back. You might have a bruise on your thigh from not realizing there was a well there before you.
We did neglect to inform all of you that they built the well in the
middle
middle of the road.
I told them.
You told them that they built the well, did you?
Yes.
We did not specify
Oh, we
where it
didn't
was.
specify
Because
where.
as far as I'm concerned,
We just said a well.
any there is
Yes.
as good as anywhere else.
Right, yeah, that's true.
So you make it back to the inn, and you guys are hearing like a clattering sound overhead, and yeah, so that's you can hear things like strange sounds coming from above you, while you are partaking of breakfast.
Nothing's trying to wash himself. He has a hook in his hand. He's trying to give himself like a sink bath, but he's just got a hook.
How do I navigate this
Like
washcloth?
wraps it in tries and wraps a towel around it.
It keeps tearing through the towel.
Notice, if you're paying attention to me, I have this look of. But he'd be so embarrassed if I got up and tried to help him.
You're not wrong. So yeah, that's you continue, and you have another cauldron of coffee currently that has been brought out to you.
I've gotten through a whole lot of that coffee.
Woo! After a few more minutes, Melbane kind of like disheveledly comes out. He looks a wreck, but he smells much better.
Do you want to borrow a comb? Here, come borrow a comb. It's in my bag in my room. Come with me.
he kind of looks a little shell-shocked. It's like, okay.
So I take him back to our room and I help him like clean up.
You're a very kind man, thank you. This is horribly embarrassing.
I just try mostly not to touch him. So like.
So you don't get him
So I
slimy.
don't. Yeah, slime.
I like to imagine that like when you get up out of the chair at the table, it's just
Covered.
yep, and like no one else is ever gonna use that chair.
They're
That's
going
okay.
to throw it out after we leave.
Yes.
We paid well for it. It's fine.
Indeed. So yes, when he comes back down, like you kind of help him straighten all of the buttons, because like he was sort of tucked into his trousers because he couldn't do his
That's
buttons.
right. We haven't given him. Oh, did we give him the hand?
No.
Not yet. That we were
Not
gonna
yet.
give it to him this morning. That's right.
Yeah.
We just finished it. Okay.
So yeah, you help him out with all of those things, and he comes back down looking far more himself. Good morning.
I'll take a little bit longer in the bedroom, just sort of zoning on the chair.
So, what is our plan? I lost his voice completely. I don't know. He's gonna be 5 different things. So, what is the plan for today?
Well, we're gonna go crash a party, right?
I think we need to talk to the queen.
Indeed. So, headed through the Black Sands.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, I think we need to find a boat. I think there was talk of a pirate.
Hook, then. He kind of looks at his own hook.
Sorry?
The captain.
Ah.
He may or may not be where we need him to be, but there may be other options available as well.
I mean, you should
It's not
get
a
on
Other
that,
pirates?
What's that?
Other pirates?
Generally speaking, he collects them all.
Ah,
right?
okay.
Even better. Do we want to...
I'm intrigued to see his collection.
his gift?
What gift?
The one that we finished last night.
Oh, right. You have it.
It's in the bag.
Yeah.
He looks a little concerned.
Gifts from these people.
So, it's real simple, but there's like just a little wooden box that I've got it in.
Where'd you find a box?
I made it.
He made it while he was not sleeping.
I was
Yeah.
So I'll just go ahead and slide it across the table to him.
He opens it.
We'll help you put that on the road.
Level up. You can tell there is genuine shock in his eyes. It seems like he does not probably receive many gifts ever. This is amazing. Thank you. You two made this.
His
Yeah.
work mostly.
This is brilliant. Thank you so much. I am indebted to you. I will also attempt very much, as I learn to use this, to not make terrible mistakes. I will always aim away from anything else as I try to hopefully become more useful to you.
This is the man that you said was
Assume
innocent?
all guns are loaded.
What I meant, I
That's
I will
Wait.
attempt to be cautious.
Is he still...
What is this?
We're attempting to make.
You
Am I
do
still
you have
up?
a question?
No, I had a question for him.
Oh,
I answered it.
Yes.
okay. Very well.
We might need to bump up the volume a
Oh.
little bit if there's a way for us to.
Bump up the volume, bump up the volume.
Oh, mighty machine spirits! Ghosts of the ether!
I'm just
You
gonna
can
let
do it
Lance
on
talk for me
OBS.
tonight. Do it on OBS. There's the speaker, audio, mixer.
Oh, I wish we had subtitles.
I'm gonna try this.
Push the volume
Do
up.
we?
Yes.
You can just slide it up.
Closed captioning is provided by.
Okay, how's that, you guys? Is this better? Can you hear me better?
And like
Need the
half
subtitles.
of the half of the subtitles are wrong or like cut off in the middle of a sentence.
Okay, no
So
change
no change.
there.
It might take it a second.
Have you tried turning your own volume up?
Yeah,
We're having
guessing it's not just him.
it could be Twitch also.
Yeah, Twitch has apparently been kind of
Oh,
weird
Twitch.
today.
It could be...
I heard twit.
Yes.
Hey, twit also.
That freaking twit.
Yes,
This entire operation is run by one very small man in a hamster wheel named Twit.
Yep.
Poor guy.
yeah.
How's that?
Making the sound up louder. Come on, Twit!
Well,
Go!
you said it over 9,000. My goodness. So the next time you actually do anything that doesn't
Careful.
involve this, be cautious, cause ow.
For 9,000.
Let me try higher.
Thank you.
For
Zion
9,000
Hunter.
Yes.
How's
Contractually
that?
obligated.
Any change?
Can you hear us now?
Good.
Can you hear us now?
Can you...
It's 1006.
Lads and ladettes. I like that.
Just barely? I don't know.
Keith is sort of out of commission right now, and he's usually the one that does all the techie stuff.
Yes, I turned the big blue thing up. And I turned the mixer thing up. I guess I can turn this up more and see.
Yeah, he's okay.
He's irritated, but he's okay. He's having to work more than he was intending to today.
Is it everybody who's too quiet, or just some people?
Someone
look at the chat. Is it everyone or just some people?
Yes.
Better?
Where is?
I have earphones on, but it's low. That was Poser.
So Poser said he has earphones on, but without it is low.
That's what I just.
Okay, well, it's probably his settings then.
No, because it's
Designer
more than
has
just him.
Headphones. Because headphones will make it easier to hear, but that means.
I'm pretty sure that's not what I actually needed to do, but
We're playing with it.
yes. Sorry. So nothing has really changed on. Yeah, we've messed with all the levels. But that's okay. He'll figure it out.
It should
Has
be
anything
okay.
improved at all?
Don't think so.
Probably something on the streaming software side.
It could be, like I said, it could be
Yeah, it could be
Twitch
Twitch.
has been screwy.
Yeah,
It really
Twitch
has,
today has
yeah.
been really wonky. So
We're all just gonna have to yell today.
yes,
Yes, we're just
I will
gonna
try to
We're all
enunciate.
gonna be super loud.
I will be loud and proud. Yes.
Screeches.
All right.
So
As a character who's very quiet.
say it with your
Speak with your diaphragm.
This kind of goes back to last week's
Chest
episode.
out, stomach
Say
in.
it with your chest. Okay. We'll just speak a little louder than usual
We'll
tonight.
pretend
Sorry.
Somebody is a little bit deaf.
Yeah.
Mommy?
You want to buy a cat?
Yes.
Yes. Where can I buy cats?
What about your bat?
Hat? What did you say about hats? I have one right here.
Okay.
Alright. So we will try to be louder for you, sorry, and hopefully I haven't totally botched our recording for YouTube purposes. Like, our YouTube video is gonna be so loud now.
Maybe.
It will be fixed in post.
Yes.
Yes.
Fix it in post. The famous last words.
I think I just heard Keith sigh.
There's this screaming coming from upstairs. Okay.
Oh, and I've heard it so many times that I can play it back in my mind.
Bit of duct tape will fix it. Yep, exactly. Okay. So
I guess we head northward.
Well, where are we going to find a boat?
Well,
how would we find
One usually finds boats on water.
sometimes?
On the occasion.
Hook
On the occasion. Sometimes
circumnavigates
in the air.
Yes, this is true. Hook mostly spends his time circumnavigating the continent, so whether or not we'll be able to find him easily depends on where he is at the time. There are sometimes smaller boats docked at the outcropping from the obsidian desert. Occasionally, might be in for a long walk anyway. If you're looking for the safest path from A to B, you're going to want to get as close to the edge as you can, as close to the
Black.
yeah, I can't word. So apparently Malbane can't either.
So I hit one night.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So
You know exactly what happened.
But yes, there's a jutting landmass as you get closer to the Black Tower that would be the best setting off point.
Okay.
So be it.
Indeed. And if I'm to understand your desire to crash a party, was it that you had said?
I believe that is the phrase that was employed, yes.
It would be along our path.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And literally along the path. So.
Alright.
Even better.
I mean, do we know how far away this party is that we're going to?
Say, if I was to judge, usually I've been able to just pop in where I've needed to. I would say maybe a 4 to 5 hour journey, if that. I might be.
We can always get there and scope
I might
it out.
be giving a bit much of a conservative estimate.
156 cubits.
Yes.
Dang it. How big are your forearms?
Alright, well, in that case, it might be worth restocking here a little bit, checking on the Tweedles, and then heading out.
Yeah.
Maybe fixing whatever the Tweedles have done, and then heading out.
We can't fix it well.
The well was a good thing.
If you say so.
I don't see any problem with the well.
I ran
They
into
wanted
it.
to.
You
Well,
should
that
pay more
seems
attention
like
to
a
where you're
personal
going. then.
problem.
If you'd slept.
Angry cow
It
snort.
seems angry cow noises.
I can't make a cow snort.
Me neither.
That's what the subtitles would say if we had closed captioning.
Angry cow
Angry
snort.
cow snort. Melbane kind of stands and kind of straightens his coat with his new hand.
Oh, careful. Because it's, as he's moving it up and down, it's doing different things. Oh, wait, no, we haven't attached it yet. Never mind.
Oh, never mind. So
We
it's
have to do the actual.
never mind.
Oh,
Retcon
right.
that. So he straightens himself out. Onward then. A few provisions and be on our way.
Yep.
Should we pick up supplies to make another one of those?
Can.
I think that would be a good idea. Like they say, 2 hands are better than 1.
I suppose they
3
said
hands
that.
are better than 2.
Yep. Onward.
Onward.
Melvin,
We get
as
supplies,
you're
we get the
walking,
Tweedles, and we go.
Kind of leans over. So you've met the Squeon race, have you?
The Squeon race.
Yes, indeed, I have.
Interesting.
Several times.
Kind of carries on forward.
We represent the lollipop.
You find nearby to the well a Tweedle with a bucket, drinking water from the bucket. The other one kind of Dumb is sort of like in a food coma, leaning against the wall of the well now. And not far off, there's still a crying food cart owner.
Weird pause there, but okay.
Sorry, there's a crying food cart. It's just sobbing.
The food cart has been violated.
She wrote, Mary for stats.
The owner just painted tears on it.
So, you guys want to take care of that and we'll go get supplies? Good.
You're able to find a machine shop, and there are some different places along the way that you can pick up what you need. There are also some different places that sell like jerky and preservable foods too. So
Sweet. How much is that going to run us? If we pay in gold pieces.
if you pay in gold pieces, you're looking at like the machinist shop probably. Brayden, roll me a
Persuasion, please.
persuasion would be fine, but also
An insight?
actually yeah, I'll take that because with insight, well, I would usually use that on people. I'm gonna.
But since you're a machine, it's a machine.
It's kind of one of those things like being able to have the knowledge that you can make this out of components that don't have to be super pricey, like knowing the ability to essentially turn trash into treasure.
Yeah.
Roll insight to thrift.
Yeah, kinda.
Roll
Uh,
drifting.
Natural 20.
It's almost like self-insight, I guess. Roll a confidence check.
Confidence check.
Yeah, we'll say you can actually take off their hands some of their like kind of scrap metal and things like that. See what she did there.
This one's done.
We just got Melvin some new hands.
So yeah, you're able to kind of deal with them so that that one's
no, I'm
gonna
not gonna.
be just a couple of silver pieces, pretty much, because really they're getting a steal on this. You're getting rid of some stuff that they couldn't have used.
I just
Okay.
really
And
want
they're
them.
still getting
I
paid.
just really want him to buy like a just the hand of a skeleton,
hand of a
and then
skeleton.
make something to have it.
Jeez.
Oh
Actually,
no!
Sure.
Oh,
See,
yeah,
Yeah, see, it'd be
Mhm.
great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is the gothest thing I've ever heard.
it'd be kind of cool though.
Channeling your inner Clara.
I don't know if you can.
Next chance we get to harvest ourselves a skeleton hand.
Yes.
Well, just have a whole bag full of hands that he can choose
Like-
between.
I mean, we've got to bring back
Heads.
heads.
Yeah, we might as well,
There you go.
get some hands while we're at it.
You
So
know,
how do we know if
you can take that however
like
you
if we
want to.
find just dead people? How do we know they're from here?
We could ask them.
Is it dead people?
Yes.
Yeah. Why not?
So much.
I love that that's your complaint.
It's not the fact that they're dead that's the problem. It's the fact that it's so much work.
Anyway.
So you're able to get what you need, and for like rations and things like that, we're looking at like a couple gold. It's not
Okay,
much.
so I'll upspend and go ahead and spend like 10 gold on rations.
Okay, yeah, you get plenty of like jerkies and
Lots of coffee.
dried fruits and coffee
Lots of
beans and all of the good stuff. So yeah, you guys get well stocked. You guys are on Tweedle duty. What do you do?
So the
We are.
one Tweedle is drinking water, one Tweedle is passed out,
Yes.
and there's a
Drinking
crying
gum is
food
passed out.
cart man.
Yep.
Will you take care of the Tweedles? I'm gonna go talk to the distressed
I'll
shop
go
owner.
with
I'm
her.
going to look at the Tweedles and be like,
They've taken care of them.
I think they're taken care of.
Make sure they haven't done anything else.
Okay.
Thank you for making me not be here.
I'm going to approach the crying shop owner.
It all happened so fast.
I had worked my whole life to be able to have this food cart.
Is the food cart broken?
It's still there.
Okay.
What was he trying to sell?
The food carts.
Would it take-
Oh, of course.
how broken is the food cart?
One of the wheels is totally off of it. There's a large Tweedle-sized dent in the middle of it.
Okay. How long would it take me to use Moonbeam, like on the parts to fix it?
The wheel wouldn't probably be too hard. It would take a bit to be able to mend the giant dent. You would honestly probably just do better to hammer it out.
Is it a wooden cart?
It's metal.
Oh, okay.
It's metal, okay.
That's better.
Had a little cooktop thing on it, all of that good stuff. Might have to check the mechanics to make sure they still work, but, like...
Excuse me, sir? Sir?
Yes?
I'm terribly sorry about your cards. The creatures that ran into it are associated with us. So we're going to pay you and try to help out. And we're very sorry
We're
that
gonna
this
work your food
happened.
cart.
Oh, this is a bad
Sort
idea.
of Final Fantasy quest is this.
I'm not there.
Yes. Okay.
Here's a bottle of wine.
Um,
soul check?
I'll cast Charm Person.
Okay. Is there what save is there for that?
It's
Wisdom or charisma? I don't remember which.
But
Wisdom.
yeah.
Cool. Oh. Hello.
I don't know if that's the magic or the wine.
Not
Yes.
both. Both is good. Hi.
Hi. It's been a hard day.
Yes, I can see that clearly.
It's
Your
only
food cart is
9:30 in the
ruined.
morning.
Yeah, for something must have happened to it.
It's something. Yes. Something large and stony and terrible. Yes.
Yes, I can see that. Yes, that is quite unfortunate.
But you seem nice.
You're right. I am nice.
Yes.
What can
I'm gonna
I
pull
do?
out 10 gold pieces.
Oh, thank you.
Alms for the poor.
And
Oh.
Xerxes and I are going to help you mend the cart and fix it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to make you feel better about it. That's for sure.
The gold and the wine should
Are you like the drunk kingpin of Neverland? You're like, oh, I'm so sorry what happened. We're gonna have some LSD. We'll feel better, I promise. You won't even know there was a problem.
Keep my number for later.
Vicodin? You want Vicodin?
Adderall. You look like a heroin kind of guy.
And our channel just got
So while they are discussing this, I would like to go over to the Tweedles.
Hello, friend.
So, what have you done this morning?
We came, we ate, we
conquered.
conquered.
Really, where did you eat?
I was a lovely gentleman peddling breakfast burritos.
And how many burritos did you eat?
All the burritos. Oh, that was a whisper. Sorry. All the burritos.
And did you pay for them?
Wait, what?
Well, if he was
You're about
selling
to,
them,
you're about to explain the concept of
well,
currency.
if he was selling them, then you clearly must have traded him something in return for his product.
Oh well.
I believe we have made another strategic error.
I see.
Oops.
Well, what do you have of value?
What is value?
A good, kind heart. My mother always told me that was valuable. I got the drive to always work hard in life. That's valuable. Got a bag of gemstones. I know they're so valuable. Mom always told me.
Is D awake?
He's kind of lolling in and out.
Well, since you did not pay for the food, and maybe you need to perform some act of service with your kind heart and drive to work, like generating more business for the man's food cart. Maybe you should go around
heading
convincing
him
people
off.
to eat from him.
Does he have any product to sell anymore?
Do you think Janice knows?
That's
that
an
he
excellent
cares.
idea. He gets up onto his feet and kind of pom over to where you guys are. Sir, I would like to help you sell your breakfast burritos. He's just like cringing back in here. I'm an excellent salesperson. Just wait until you see me in action. And he reaches over.
You
What are
can't
you
be a
doing?
salesperson.
What are you you doing?
Be a Tweedle who sells.
I'm making up for the fact that I misunderstood commerce.
That's a really big word. On the list it goes.
Misunderstood commerce. How were you planning on doing that?
I helped this man sell his burritos.
You ate all his burritos.
Oh.
Maybe you should get him more.
I'll get you more burritos. That
Janice.
wins a smart one there.
Yes?
Where do you think he's gonna get burritos?
From the
What's
store.
a burrito?
It's a rolly thing with meats and things inside. And some gooey thing they called cheese, which was delicious.
True story.
How about you ask the nice man what you can do to make up for your mistake?
Mr. Sir, what can I do to be of service to you to even our odds?
I have also been like waking D up and like dragging him.
He's,
Wait, which one's D and which one's dumb?
oh, dumb. You
Oh
were
yeah,
Dumb,
dumb.
okay,
Sorry. So I'm getting Dumb up to go over there to also pay for what he took.
You misunderstood commerce.
Oh?
You stole the man's burritos and ruined his cart.
You took things but did not pay for them, and he was selling them, so you had to
Clearly,
pay for
he's
them.
upset.
And Dee looks, I know, they don't understand the hangries. It's all right, Dom. It's all right. We'll make up for it. Dom goes into a bit of a state, you see, when he's hungry. Okay, I do too.
So let's ask the nice man what we can do to make it better.
He's like pinned up against his cart.
Just go. Just go. Just go.
All right.
I insist, though. You are right. I should help this man sell more burritos.
Maybe you should go around and convince everyone else to come and buy from his store or support his cart.
Oh,
He doesn't have any more burritos.
Tomorrow.
This is going exactly where I wanted it to.
So you kind of see D kind of trounce off up the street. Dom kind of like reaches down and pats the man very gently on the head. Oh, hi. And as he kind of like helps hammer out the giant dent in the cart.
One
Just
swing.
kinda, just boom, and it pops the dent back out. And he
Put it into a hole in the other side to make it look even. Boom.
in just a few moments, a few people come running up the street.
Yes!
And they see the guy, like, tear stains on his cheeks, sitting there, and just starts, like, throwing money at him. I don't understand what's happening, but I'm giving you this. Have a good day! And they just run. A few other ones come up, like, I'm supposed to ask you about burritos, and I don't know why.
Let's leave quickly!
So this starts happening, and there's an influx of some monies coming in from terrified people.
There. Now they've paid for their burrito and the damages. I believe the situation has been handled.
Hear some soft screaming in the background, and another handful of people come up, and like, then there's this like bubble around D as he but-umps back up to you guys. and he pulls out his bag of gemstones. and this, Mom says it's not worth much, but there's something, and drops it. It's a sizable bag of gemstones. This guy's gonna be all right.
Anything else we need to clean up?
No.
Well done.
Sorry, sir. Have a wonderful day.
You have now paid the man back for his burritos.
Thank you. Oh, that was the man, not D. Excellent. Most wondrous.
So what did we learn?
Hangry is not a good reason for... It looks like he's in pain trying to come up with the end of the sentence. For misunderstanding commerce?
Stealing is another word. But yes.
I am now
Learned a
going to
new
use the
word.
phrase misunderstanding commerce instead of stealing.
I didn't
Can
steal
you
your
misunderstand commerce that that purse right there?
Dip.
Alright. Well,
Well,
Shall
I
we
think
away?
we have solved this problem.
yes, let's go.
And you guys meet up back with them.
Man is just sitting on the ground drinking wine. People are throwing money at him.
That is the scene that you guys walk up on. Yeah, that's a thing. So you meet back up in the middle of town, and they're kind of the way Cannibal Cove is set up. There is a straight shot, decently long, but straight shot right through to another gate. It looks like. But this one doesn't look necessarily quite so guarded as the other one.
The back door.
Why didn't it come in that way?
That's should just come in the
Went
back
through the
door.
front door.
Should always check the back door.
Yes.
This is true.
Always far superior to front.
So you continue forward,
Yes.
Yep.
and as you leave town, you realize why you probably would not have come in the back door. You turn around, and it doesn't look like it's there anymore. The whole of Cannibal Cove does not appear to exist there anymore.
Can I walk back?
That's a nice illusion.
So I'm gonna walk back through where we walked in.
You are able to do so, and it shows up for you.
Gonna have to keep this in mind next time.
Indeed.
Okay.
Let us away.
Does the guild know about this?
About what?
A secret
Invisible
gate.
gates.
Of course we do.
Could you set up your gate to be invisible?
Looks at the invisible gate.
Clearly.
Well, your gate.
Your
Could you
gate.
do that?
Can you
With
be
your
invisible?
gate?
I'm sure I can.
Do you want to? I guess maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know that it'd change anything.
Something
And to be
consider,
fair,
right?
if your gate is invisible, how do you watch it?
Very carefully.
That's a fair point.
And we're off.
You learn how to see invisible things.
So you have a reasonably uneventful
Oh yeah, I'm wearing
moving
glasses.
forward.
Oh yes.
What glasses?
I have
Oh
glasses
yeah,
now.
you have the dragon glass glasses.
Mhm. They look really awkward too.
They
They're sort of
They're
like
like-
stretched out to the side.
I imagine like every time you look forward, they start to slide down your snout a little bit.
Well, no, it's not even. It's just on his snout. It can't even reach his ears. Just perched on your
And they're
snout.
just like the metal's just sort of bent out.
We could like,
They're like
tie a rope,
dinosaurs.
like tie little like twine around it and like tie it around.
I'll consider that later.
Do you have poor eyesight now?
I have better eyesight now.
Did you have poor eyesight before?
When was the last time you met a minotaur with good eyesight?
I haven't met a minotaur before you.
She makes a good point. But as do you. Interesting.
There's reason in this group.
This is an odd experience for me. You'll have to excuse me. I'll be frequently surprised by things that occur. I'm not accustomed to being around people much.
Wouldn't have guessed.
I think that was
Oh, word.
sarcasm, wasn't it?
I would not have guessed. I'm gonna keep walking.
And Elaine is just behind you.
Okay. And continuing on forward. Occasionally you hear rustling here and there. There is definitely a lot of animal life in the forest, but
what in its right mind is going to try and attack us?
yes, there are also some footprints, though, on the path that look to have been shortly before yours. So other people have walked this path as well, as of late. As you get farther down, it's about like a 4-hour hike, and it's not a very strenuous one. It's still pretty level, pretty gentle walk. It's actually been very nice. Anyone who would like to RP anything, if you would like to, you may. But if not,
I'm keeping myself busy with the conversation, but not with the party.
gotcha. If you would like to RP that later, we can. So, after about 4 hours, you can see in the distance a structure that seems to be kind of hidden by the big fans of leaves and ferns and big like elephant ear kind of like giant plants. It looks to be kind of an old, almost mission-style structure. On the outside, very elaborate in ornamentation. There are a lot of really beautiful, like, swirly details, all kinds of cool stuff like that. There is a gate to the outside that appears to be locked. But the way you come around it, the path kind of swerves around to get to the front gate. So you can see the back of the building, and it's actually, like, the back of the building is fairly open. There are a couple of doors in the back. And you can see the back of the wall that encloses this big space in the front of the building. So as you continue forward, this comes more and more into view.
So is it the back of the back or the front of the back that's enclosed in the front?
The front of the building is enclosed in the back of the enclosure, but you see the back of the building.
The front of the back
Excellent.
is enclosed from the back.
Right. I'm asking where we're meeting. Is it the back of the front or the front of the back?
Oh. That was a question for me. I was like,
sorry.
I am very
That was towards
confused about
Janice.
that question.
Usually, you start at the front. But this is a clandestine meeting, so perhaps you should start at the back.
The back of the back? Or the front of the back of the front where it's enclosed?
Well, if this was not a secret meeting, I would probably say the front of the back, because the meeting is in the back and you always start with the front.
No,
However-
leans over to Xerxes, who's like, I feel like this is your area of expertise.
Indeed, I know a lot about fronts and backs and middles even. And also sides.
I just feel like the enclosed
I've done a lot of
part
study on these particular
might have been
subjects.
referred to as the back. Because
But
it's
that
at the
is
back of the
clearly
front.
the
We could
front.
walk around until we find people.
But they're not going to be there till tonight.
But the front that is closed is clearly the front. So to call it the back would be to have everything be tipsy-turvy.
I'm gonna cast
So as
a
everything
gift
is
of alacrity on
topsy-turvy,
myself
should we
real
go to
quick.
the front?
Remind me what that does.
It's
Right, we
just
should go to the back of the
I
front.
can roll a
Yes.
d8 when rolling initiative.
Agreed.
Awesome.
Back of the front.
We're going to explore the temple. Apparently.
Should I ask where you're starting?
I think we will start at the front of the back.
front. Oh.
Nope, the front of the back.
The front of the back.
Don't I have to go through the front of the front to get to the front of the back?
No.
But it's enclosed.
No, the front
No.
is enclosed from the back.
What if we
Yes.
go to the
But
top?
the front of the back is
Who's on
open.
first?
I don't even know how to interpret this at this point, and I drew the freaking map.
So we shall go to the front of the back.
No, the front
Okay.
to the back.
It has
yes.
been decided.
Back it is. So, are you exploring like the area first? Like the kind of the outside of it?
Sure.
Okay.
The sides.
I was gonna go knock on the door, but
Go for
You
it.
can.
I'm just gonna drop back with Melbane. I'm just like,
I'm very confused by the people you travel with.
me too.
us too.
Everyone is confused.
So,
Perpetual state of confusion.
The real question here is the front of the back the same as the back of the front? Which would make it the
No.
middle.
Because it's different.
anyway. So, as you are exploring, roll me an investigation check. It is a Three Stooges skit. It is absolutely a
Yes,
Three
Hauser.
Stooges skit.
You can blame Steven for that.
Yep.
It's all Steven's fault.
Steven is literally exhausted. So
This isn't just.
It's the in-game exhaustion.
This is we have a 1-year-old who hasn't figured out how to sleep through the night yet.
19.
Okay.
That's also fair.
So you actually see some interesting things, kind of the way that everything is arranged. There is a curly, kind of curved wall that attaches to the side of the building that the back of the building juts out from. And that curved wall creates the back of the enclosure. The sides and then the front of the gate are all very high bars. And they seem to enclose a really beautiful courtyard area that is in like paved kind of cubes, so you can kind of see as you wrap your head around the wall to look and see what it's enclosing. The pavement seems to be laid out in different cubes with something in the middle of the cubes. Or not cubes, squares, I'm sorry. Shapes. Geometry just left.
I liked it better as just imagining
It's
cubes.
just cubes. There seems to be some kind of primitive drawings on the back of the wall.
Oh boy.
back of the wall too.
So you see these weird drawings that you do actually, they're vaguely familiar. You seem to recall seeing them. I'll let you roll if you want to see if you can recognize where from.
What am I rolling?
History, yeah, some memory.
26.
Oh yeah, this is what has been demarcated instead of the normal compass north, south, east, west. This has been what has been on all the compasses. But there's a strange, like, they're repeated over and over again. So there's like a scarab beetle and a scarab beetle and a funky looking maw mouth. Another scarab beetle, a fish bird, 2 waterfalls, and a fish bird.
Can you do that again?
So 2 scarabs are being eaten by a maw, and then there's a fish bird with 2 water. No, then there's
north,
2
south,
scarabs.
north,
1 or 2 scarabs.
west.
And one scarab in between.
east,
1 scarab,
west.
and then it's a fish bird.
Guys, hang on.
Okay,
Beginning.
2 scarab beetles,
Okay.
1
Maw.
maw, scarab beetle, fish bird, 2 waterfalls, and a fish
And
bird.
a fish bird.
Okay.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Got it.
So
North,
So
north, south,
north,
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 west, east,
west.
east, west.
it's basically a fish bird.
So north, north,
And a
south,
caterpillar on a
North.
toadstool.
West,
west,
east, west.
You, upon knocking on one of the 2 back doors, you hear something moving towards you. And upon opening the door, he sees you, you see him, he looks very familiar. This is one of the fellows that you saw last night at the inn. You were there for that, right? Yes. Oh, you're very early. I don't remember what voices I used for these
That's
guys,
right.
so I'm just gonna guess. So you're quite early, in fact.
Better to be early than late.
Oh, we used faked codes with these people.
Mhm.
I forgot.
Shows good initiative. Password to get in?
You didn't have the password when we met last.
I was hoping you forgot that. Don't tell the boss.
Mum's the word.
Okay, fine. All right. You've got a few hours before the rest get here.
Fair enough.
He kind of opens the door. Now let me see. This is where things get dicey, you
So
guys.
go to your maps and move the bookmark of players to the correct map you want to see.
Players. I must scroll.
This is where I go.
Players.
If you hadn't done that, I was going to be like, wait, we don't have to give you the password. You have to give us the password.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
And
Who
knowing you,
trained
you
you?
would
I
have
wanna talk
succeeded
to
in that.
them.
Okay, it's far enough in the queue. I've got to kind of do this first. Don't pay attention to that yet. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
That's pretty, Danny.
Thank you.
It is pretty. We didn't see it.
No.
Now I have
But
to
if I'd seen it, I would say it was pretty.
Uh-oh.
figure out how to make this,
Uh-oh.
because this is big.
So
Do you wanna zoom
now you
out?
have to bring.
We have to
Do
do
you
it on
want-
our
yeah, do
screen.
you want-
Yes, here, you take that. Your tokens
Is the
are all
screen to
just
the
kind
right or is it to the left?
of. The screen is actually down.
There it is. Wait. Oh, it's this mouse, right?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
that mouse. Sorry, guys.
Good luck.
I need a new mouse, Keith.
Thank you. It's so nice to know.
Okay,
it's
now
not
if you
just
right click on the map,
Okay, that's the drag.
yeah, you can drag and
Further
move
I
it.
go a little further.
Yeah, a little farther down. There's a second room down low.
Oh, I see. Do you want me to just start down there?
Yes, that's
Okay.
fine.
We'll just leave it down there temporarily.
Or just show the whole thing so then we won't have to
move it later.
return. Yeah.
I'd zoom in a little bit.
Or
Oops.
out. Zoom out.
Or, I meant zoom out,
Yeah.
yes.
Alright.
Yeah, there you
Can I
go.
move the
there.
order?
Yeah,
Okay,
you,
there we go.
we
Yes,
can.
leave it like that, and then bring our camera back up. So we may
Is
see
that
our
done
face.
here?
Mhm.
Perfect. Why did that not work?
You missed.
Oh, because the mouse moved too far. Got
Okay.
it.
Swing and a miss.
Now you gotta move the mouse.
So, well, actually, there are two doors there, so you can come in from whichever. You can say that was into the main area or the.
I knocked on the left door, whatever one that was.
Okay, so that would have been into the main area.
Okay.
So you guys, and I think I can mess with this one without it messing with yours.
Yes,
other
if
than
you
just...
mess on your side, we will not see any changes
Okay, so
unless you're moving.
other than
tokens.
just the tokens. Okay, making sure that was true. And now I have to. Sorry, just a second. Let me get out of that. Thank you. Page toolbar. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm getting better.
Yeah.
Slowly. Very slowly. Okay, so we're gonna ignore that these guys are on the map for right now. Claudius is coming in here with, and we're going to. Their fate is not decided yet, but
Just because they're skeletons doesn't mean we have to kill them.
this is true.
But
If the Tweedles had been on a map originally, they probably would have been skeletons.
I forgot to put the Tweedles in here.
Don't worry about the Tweedles.
That's
maybe they're staying outside
That's
with
probably wise.
the
honestly.
displacer beast.
Yeah,
And-
if you
Are you
value
kidding?
history and temples and all of that good stuff, there's a fair possibility you should leave them
Yeah.
outside.
Yep. So we'll have Keith's character with the displacer beast and the two Tweedles keeping watch away from the temple.
Yeah, that's a good
To
plan.
conveniently
That's
not
a
have to
good
deal with
plan.
that problem.
That works great. So this fellow is Alizern.
Gesundheit.
He
Alizern.
welcomes you in, and if you've ever seen the inside of an old Quaker like meeting house, this is that. So it's kind of hard to tell because everything kind of got a little darker when he scanned this in, but there is essentially a lectern in the middle of that round
Yeah, I can
wooden
see.
circle, and there's a step up, and each of those long areas is essentially a pew. This the thing to your right is an arched doorway, so that's just a big doorway. There is a statue in each corner of the room. One of them has been knocked away, and so it's kind of unidentifiable. It's just rubble. And
Which one?
so it will be the one to your lower right. And then there is a pipe organ towards
Against
the
the back
back.
wall.
Yeah.
Nice.
There are some really, really beautiful stained glass windows depicting like two interesting like beings. One seems very chaotic and one seems very orderly. The chaos one is kind of depicted as a more feminine figure that is kind of exploding with color and very organic shapes. The other one is a more masculine figure that is very like there's like very rigid structured lines kind of extending from him, more like bluish hues and things like that. Still colorful, still very pretty, but kind of opposite ends of the same coin, kind of. Yep. So that is the room that you find yourself in. I'm gonna move you guys out of this room. So yeah, he invites you guys in. Do you all follow?
Yeah.
I don't imagine why we would.
Okay. So I'm not totally sure what we're supposed to do with you guys since you're so early, but you're welcome to relax for a while. There's the refreshments for the meeting later. I'm just kind of shifting all of you guys. I'm going to arrange you how you want to be arranged later. And Emmeline is going to be out here. There's refreshments that Big Dog is working on in the other room.
Big
That's
dog.
fine. I brought my own refreshments.
Excellent.
I just pull out a teacup.
Excellent.
And it has tea in it.
So, what have you offered to do for the Great Awakening?
Well, that should be discussed at the meeting.
That's part of part of the order of things, right?
I suppose.
Oh, well done, Henry.
I am confident. Normally in D&D, I would be like, oh, there's no way we're going to be able to last this whole time without giving away who we are. In this game, we'll be fine.
With this particular guy, yes, but if anybody smarter than him comes in, we might.
It'll
We'll
be
just
fine.
dazzle them with circular reasoning.
Yes.
Well, obviously
They're
we're
really
supposed to be
great
here,
at
because if
that.
we weren't supposed to be here, we wouldn't be here.
Yes.
We have a man with a hook. It makes sense.
So, the other brother that was with this guy in the tavern kind of comes in through the doorway, and joins his brother. Oh, it's you guys again! And shakes your hand. It's just fancy seeing you here. I'm glad that you decided to come.
And your name?
This one.
Big dog.
I thought that was somebody else.
It is.
It is somebody else. This
Could be
is
the other brother.
I am Swazi.
Small dog.
Swazi.
Yes, I am Swazi, and I was the one who invited Big Dog here, and I'm happy about this.
His first time?
What?
His first time?
In this area, yeah, he's been raising up some people here and there in other parts of the continent, but yeah,
I do believe we'll need a report on that.
you need a report.
Of course.
Why do you need a report? I thought you were just coming for the meeting.
We need a report on everything. That's why we're here.
We are the meeting.
Wait, you are?
Yes.
We are the
We
meeting.
are.
Well, we're not running the meeting. But
I thought more townspeople were gonna be here.
No, they will, but the meeting is happening because we are here. So you need to give us your report.
Who are you?
That is not a
We
question.
are who we
you can
are.
answer.
Roll me a
you're-
persuasion.
That's something you can advise us.
Can I roll
Do you have the
persuasion
correct
too?
password?
Can I roll persuasion too?
Sure.
What is your
Okay.
clearance level?
Pretty much.
I'm so screwed. This is gonna go so badly.
That's going to be a 22.
And a 17.
Okay.
Blatant lies.
So he looks at you with some side eyes, like, I don't know. But as you talk more, he starts looking kind of scared. And he's like, oh, so
Now answer the lady's question.
I forgot what your question was. What was your question?
Reports.
Yes, we just need a report.
On
I mean-
what again? I don't have anything official.
I mean, we'll probably need people from Big Dog since he's the one traveling and going around.
I can grab him.
We don't need him immediately.
Well, he's just in another room.
You said he's working on refreshments, right?
He is.
Those are important.
He likes to treat people well. It's nice.
I will not interrupt somebody making food.
So who's the good cop here and who's the bad cop here? I'm really confused now.
There too.
I think I'm the good cop.
So, what do you need reporting on? I don't have anything written, but I can tell you what you might need to know if that's good enough.
Yeah, that's fine. Just
Okay.
whatever it is that you've been doing and everything leading up to the meeting and your agenda.
We've been. Well, you already know why we're.
You still need to report it. It's official.
We
I will scribe.
we
And I will
Alexander
officiate.
and Swazi have
I shall witness.
started- we have started and originated the Cannibal Cove. What's the Cannibal Cove? The sect.
Mhm.
Is that a thing?
I think branch was the word you were
Branch,
looking for.
branch, yes. Of the what did I say a minute ago? Sounded better than what I was about
Don't
to
be too
say.
nervous. It's
Oh.
fine.
I'm sorry, I'm not used to this
It's
kind
okay.
of pressure.
It's all right.
We are hosting the town meeting to raise awareness for the upcoming conversion and awakening. Thank you. For the awakening, we are preparing those willing in our town's members to be able to embrace the conjunction.
Well put.
Thank you. He looks very proud of himself.
So we've also brought someone with us who is unfamiliar with the whole process. Would you mind explaining to our Tin Man?
Okay, so she's clearly Dorothy. So like the rest of us.
The cowardly lion, because you're an animal.
He's
That
afraid to
makes you
sleep.
the scarecrow. Janice.
Okay, I can be the scarecrow. I'm good.
I don't know.
Keith
the
is
lack of
Toto.
brain.
I feel
am
like
I the
maybe
I'm
you're
lion?
Tin
more
Man.
scared.
Am I the witch or am I the wizard?
Yes.
You're, yes.
Oh, why not both? Okay, so
Now that we have established our roles.
yes, now give your new member introduction.
Oh.
Hello, new member. What's your name?
Harry.
Harry. New member Harry. You don't have any hair. That's an ironic name, that is. Anyway, our new member Harry. What we do is we engage the public and let them know that there is a forming convergence. I'm sure you've seen the cracks in the sky forming. And there is a goodly man trying to bring up the things from the underworld of Neverwonderland onto the surface. They've always been given essentially the shaft here. Like, nobody up here likes them. They never really get very... Shut up, Stephen. They-
No,
That's
it
not what
was
he was
not. This is Claudius panicking a
Yeah,
little.
this is Claudius going,
Thaddeus? Keep
Thaddeus?
We're in big things.
Shut up, Harry!
Quiet, Janet.
Damn it,
Yeah, no, that's official now.
Yeah, we wrote down our fake names real quick.
Cult of the Conversion, I like that.
Thank you.
So, yeah. Okay. Harry, Janet,
Claudia.
Thaddeus?
Thaddeus.
Thaddeus? Who's you? No, you, Janet. You. Who you?
I am
one
me.
of consequence.
That checks out.
Severus. It's important to give our names.
Did you say
I did. I said me.
Well, his name is Severus.
Severus. And what's yours?
That's my last name, yeah.
Evan?
Me, Severus.
Evan.
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 Evan?
Evan.
Well, of course my name is Evan.
Are you surprised by this? I'm confused.
No, that was a statement, not a question.
Very well. Very well. What was that?
I'm a saint in this cult.
Yes,
So we.
I wish our characters realized this enough to make use of that.
Claudius does. Claudius
think anyone else has them.
has figured that much out.
you
So we are embarking on a quest to make as many people aware of this as possible, and to explain as we are revealed, as revelation happens unto us. There we go. The approaches in how this will work and what our benefits to the outer shell will be.
Okay.
Well done.
Yes.
Indeed.
And there will be chanting and all of that good stuff tonight, because like that's how
I do enjoy a good chant.
Gotta indulge.
Claudius is going to exit the building.
Your big hairy friend left. He should be hairy. You got that very weird wrong.
Well, we didn't name him, his mother did.
Well, that's your problem.
It is a problem. It really is.
Mother.
Don't you talk about my mother, the toaster, that way.
Brave little toaster, all grown up.
Aww.
Nice
Good
catch.
catch.
Toast.
So he's looking quite proud of
We have
himself.
jam on that toast.
Well, for his brother
I
too.
didn't.
Yeah. They look quite pleased with the job that they've been doing.
It's just
You hear this like deep droning like humming coming from the other room. Like it's it sounds
The
actually
chef
quite
puppet.
cheerful. Yeah, pretty much. So, but yeah. What else can we report? They sound vaguely Tweedleish. I can't stop.
I think that should be good for now. You did a very good job introducing our new recruit. That
Excellent.
you passed that part of the test. You've done very well. Thaddeus has just gone out to.
Have a panic attack.
He is going to notarize the minutes from this official meeting.
Also, he's checking up on our other companion, Eleanor, and her beast companion.
Oh.
And
Our mode of
Friends.
transportation.
what?
And our beasts of burden.
If you were to look outside a window now, you would see Dee and Dum doing the game.
It's just one really bad improv sketch.
I'm gonna go outside and get a breath of fresh air. I'm just gonna pick up like some tiny rocks.
Okay. You pick up some
Claudius is
tiny
having a panic
I just
attack.
like get like
You
10
see, like
tiny
Claudius
rocks.
is against a wall.
Can I help you, Your Grace?
First rule of improv, yes and.
This is how half of this campaign is unfolded for me.
How's Melbane?
Melbane
We left him with the beasts of burden.
No, we didn't.
He's in here with us.
Yeah. Melbane.
Melbane has been working for the cult for most of his life. Most of the time we've been here.
Looks real uncomfortable.
It's that Key and Peele speech where that guy's just like sweating. That's Melbane right now.
There's a part of me that's just kind of like, oh, he's gonna. Well, so much for this relationship. He's not gonna like me anymore.
He looks at you kind of curiously because he would have followed you wherever you are, and
Like a sad little puppy.
roll me a perception. Have you made the connection?
Which connection? There was a lot of connections that were just made here,
Okay.
so
9.
Nope.
should I roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like player Lance might have made this connection already.
16.
Not quite.
Okay.
So yeah, he looks at you kind of confused at why you look so uncomfortable, but he also looks incredibly uncomfortable, but doesn't seem to be recognized, so that's good.
John, can I see you outside for a moment?
Yes.
Yes.
Don't worry, I've got everybody's fake name.
I just want you to know you just left the two of us.
Yep.
Oh,
In
I
the
don't
bottom.
have a U yet. I need to make a U. And then
Two Captain, Captain
fine.
Crazy and his sidekick.
It's fine.
Can only
Nothing's
go
gonna
well.
happen.
of course, everything is fine.
Everything's fine.
All the
There's
things are fine.
Your name is Severus right now. Severus and Janet.
It's me.
So yeah, he steps outside with you.
I'm so sorry. You look uncomfortable.
Well, I've kind of been stuck with the job of
Also a saint in this religion.
I've been sort of the person gathering a lot of these forces. So I'm
unfortunate.
not exactly innocent in all of this, and I am so sorry. It
It's
was not my
Ah.
idea.
no, it's not
Dang
your
it,
fault.
he's
You weren't
missing-
actually
Jesus is missing this
in-
not innocent conversation.
in control.
That's
of
why
yourself.
you're not there.
Obviously,
Thwarted.
we have all not had a conversation about this, but I think that we're going to try to do something about this.
The problem is each one of us has a different idea of what the something we're going to do here is.
Why do you think I'm picking up rocks? Kill all the villagers.
This is how we bring back the heads.
Congratulations! We're glad you're all here for this meeting of overthrowing the resistance. We're from the Stasi, we're the Gestapo, and we'd like you all to put your names down on this list.
Everybody get on the train!
Jeez.
Dark guys.
Oh my gosh.
That's what this feels like. Yes. Thank you all for coming. We'll send someone by to visit you tomorrow.
Maybe we'll just.
I'm choking on my spit.
Oh no.
What did I do?
Do we lose it?
Maybe we'll
What
just.
No, you're good.
Did I do something
I
bad?
thought you did, but never mind, you're good.
Okay,
They're
good. I
wrong.
didn't do anything bad. Okay. So if I had my spells, I would make myself look different than this, but it might be good for me to not look like me or be in the room, one or the other, for
Give him a
when
grass beard and hair.
Just give him a hat.
Pull his thing up over his.
There you go.
Get a Sharpie out.
And
Furious
as you realize
eyebrows.
that you're not the only person that's having a small panic attack about their own association with this.
We're the two of the saints of this cult.
We could potentially put you in a bottle again, but I don't think you want us to do that.
I'd rather not.
I can make him smell like. I have mushrooms. What if we just like? I mean, you're wearing a cloak, right? Maybe.
Yes.
just sort of put your hair back and put the cloak up, and we'll say that you're
John.
well, yes,
John.
your name's John for all intents and purposes.
There's a million
John Doe.
ways.
Very well. That sounds like a good idea.
And you're missing hands, so you can use.
So no one will recognize you.
Well, I mean.
No, I cannot possibly be him. For you see, when you met him, he had hands.
I've got a hook and this thing.
What's the word? Redirection. They won't be paying much attention to your face if you sort of
Have no hands.
have no.
They are quite lovely, so I
They
could
did turn out
understand.
quite well. But we'll just keep you kind of in the background.
So you and Xerxes are the only ones in there right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yes, we
That's
are.
a good
indeed.
idea.
Yep.
What have we gotten ourselves into?
Well, it's gonna be a fight.
So
Whatever it is.
you and I need to create. Let me make a Xerxes real quick here. Sorry. Remind me how to spell that.
Claudius is like, I
It's
can't be as tired as I am for this.
Well, this is going to be
Tonight.
an interesting
E-S.
meeting.
XCR, XCS, yep.
Add.
And gathering
How
stones.
do
I
I-
have 10 of them.
How do I assign?
I even
No.
spelled it.
The turn order
What?
doesn't have to
Spelled-
match. Okay.
What?
I will get you worked out as far as your actual little person later, but we
Yeah.
have a U in the turn order, and we need a U on the map. Tokens. Where are we?
This is only going to go well.
I am so sorry, you guys.
Sorry.
Give me just a second.
I don't care.
It's not
Objects and
like,
tokens.
it's just because I haven't had water.
So I
I was
need
laughing too much. And now I'm dying.
a.
Oh, this is going to be bad.
Hero tokens.
As a fireball explodes outside.
We're gonna give.
I don't have fireball.
No,
Ah,
but that's on the list.
I mean, that's on the list.
He's drinking the potion.
would you? Okay, let's see.
Oh,
And your plant.
but you can't control when that goes off.
So we're gonna do
And I'm right
this,
next to you.
And we're gonna
It's fine
do...
if we time this right. It'll be in the middle of the meeting with all of the townsfolk who are here to join the Great Awakening.
Yes.
Do you wanna like have a
Do
little
we wanna
spell
start this
hand,
now?
or a sploof, or a hemorrhoid?
How about a spell?
Spell
Well, I
hand.
mean-
Okay.
They don't. They're just coming to
Well,
see
that
what's
didn't
going on. They're not necessarily already part of the cult, so we can convince them
Ah.
to not.
Yeah, but the guy in the other room is making
There-
Kool-Aid.
What did I do? Oops.
T.
Delete.
Take it.
What do you think is going to happen?
I missed that. I'm sorry.
I
What?
hit him with Kool-Aid.
So Natalie's like, "But no, they're just coming to look. They're not actually in the cult. So like, we don't have to have brains." Like, the guy in the other room is making Kool-Aid.
Oh, tell me I'm wrong.
I love you guys so much. Okay.
Right,
So now I think we have little things for all the people.
T.
Okay, so Janice, you and her in there, roll me a d20.
It's it's
D100?
Oh yeah,
D100.
d100.
If it's the wild magic table,
Yeah,
it's a
it's the wild.
D100.
I have it tabbed, so give me a moment.
Yes.
100,
I'm there.
100.
Oh, I should have. Okay, so purple is going to be my 10.
Oh,
That was the same roll.
Wow.
D2.
what is it?
62.
For the next minute, you must shout when you speak. Well, you should have got the first roll. The first roll you got was a Modron. A Modron chooses and controlled by the DM appears in an occupied space within 5 feet of you.
Yelling is good.
Modron would be really funny, just randomly.
It's only when you're actually going to say anything.
Meeting.
So, you know.
It was not going to happen, probably. Unless.
And so for a minute, you shout.
So, Kool-Aid, rat sandwiches and cherry Kool-Aid. All right. So So Janice and Xerxes, you hear this humming getting stronger, and what you see walk through the door.
Is a big dog.
No, it's. He looks a little toadish. He is huge. Has very dark skin, and a purple apron with pink flowers on it. And he sees that there are others in the room. Oh, hello. Welcome. You've come early. Would you like one? And they're like little finger sandwiches. Not actually with fingers.
Yes.
We don't see this.
I also.
Wonderful. Thank you. I hope you enjoy. He sets it on the left
off
turn.
in an out of character question. Did we ever get the name of the one guy?
No.
Yeah, it was. Wait.
I know
we're
his
talking
name, but the guy in the dreams, have I ever gotten his actual name?
I don't think so.
I don't think anybody has.
Because I thought that I.
Oh, I think you might.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
you
I
might-
did get
you
it
might-
from him.
Yeah, I think you might have in a dream.
Okay.
So you, yeah.
Okay.
I think you did. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Cool.
Okay. So yeah, he stands about twice your height. Big guy. Had to massively duck to get in the door, and he.
Oh boy.
Well, it's basically the aliens of the D&D world.
This is a slot? That's
Yes.
okay.
I hate
What color?
salads.
This one is very dark.
Black.
Like black or like gray?
Like. I have to remember now.
There is
It is
an unfortunate difference. It's a very
this
well-
one is a death slide.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. All right.
Love black
Oh
spots.
no, that's not good. Oh no, that's not good.
It's also probably a little worse than what you think it is.
Oh, probably.
Oh, isn't it always? Well, let's get this fight over with.
Hey, nobody said anything about fighting yet.
Yeah, who said we were fighting? We're just
We're just
conversing,
eating
enjoying
this finger food.
these sandwiches.
Kool-Aid?
I have my own tea.
Exactly.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
I bring my own beverages. Unless I host the party myself.
So the slod kind of, waddles over and places the finger sandwiches on the lectern. Like, so how have you come to learn of the convergence?
So, quick question: am I picking up a similar vibe from him? Does he feel like he's a denizen of this realm, or does he feel like he's someone who was brought in?
He is a denizen of this realm. Roll me a history check.
Okay.
What's the
22.
22. You have never seen this, but you know that there are layers in this world, and these guys would usually be associated, it's strange that a place that is associated with madness, even though there is some terrible stuff that happens up top, is this innocuous for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
That's because all of the other stuff is kind of in its own area,
Okay.
in the under.
Gotcha. And that is where he's from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you would be able to put that together. So yeah, it's essentially this guy.
Yep.
In a purple apron with pink flowers.
So yes, it is the alien from Lilo and Stitch, the big one.
Captain Gontu.
Yep. That it is Captain Gontu.
Yep. I don't know. I haven't seen Lilo and Stitch. Oh gosh, that's a look.
We will discuss that later.
We've been watching
Movie
it.
night, guys. So.
Of course I've seen it. It's just depressing.
Yes.
It is, yeah.
Depends on which one.
So yeah,
So
he.
he asked how we came to know
Yes,
of the
how did you know of the Great Convergence?
the man behind the curtain, as you might say, invited us to this little meeting.
You have a special invitation.
Oh, yes, we do.
I've been the only one
We're in the
who's
company
met
of a
him
saint.
for quite some time.
Aren't you all glad you left?
Yeah, I'm so glad you left.
Most interesting. I'm excited to have you with us tonight.
It'll be our pleasure to be
We're
here.
fine.
Excellent. Would you be willing to
Preach.
speak?
Of course.
Would you guys?
Nope, this is going exactly where I wanted it to.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
My gosh.
Yeah. So he seems incredibly pleased. I have cookies.
Oh,
Cookies.
wonderful.
Cookies
No
are
meeting would be complete without
Indeed.
One moment.
I
And he
have
lumbers back
never-
into the other room and comes out with these things that look like they're half of them look like chocolate chip cookies, and the other half of them look like they've got like beetles in them. You know, it's an interesting thing. We're expecting a large crowd tonight. Some from
good.
yonder, some from here. Should be
Good.
an interesting mix.
I'm gonna say the Mel Lane, and I kind of come in at this point.
Okay, so you've got.
Claudius, do you want to go back in?
No!
Excuse me for a moment. It seems one of my companions is having some difficulty.
I'm going to be honest.
And I'm going to.
Sorry!
I'm gonna go head out
To be
there.
honest with you, I forgot that happened.
okay.
You just barely scared the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie, I thought you were. I was just saying, oh, right.
So I'm going to run into you and Melbane coming in, and I'm going to usher you back out. Come.
so
We're all
you
gonna
guys
go
go back out. Everybody,
Uh,
do you stand?
I'm gonna stay in. I'm definitely staying in.
Should
yeah.
be interesting.
I'm gonna gather all the rest of the party. Claudius, you're yelling a lot.
Sorry!
How about you just don't speak? Just
It's
yeah.
only a minute.
Yes.
So,
It's important that we don't.
Mm-mm.
so, I have an idea.
Oh no.
That's terrible.
What?
I have informed Big Dog, who's about this tall, like try and gesture, toad, massive and dangerous,
Okay.
that we are here on a special invitation from the man behind the curtain.
Okay.
And I have agreed to speak at this meeting.
Didn't want.
What are you gesturing to?
Crown?
Halo.
Because
Right?
I'm a freaking saint.
we can use that. They're trying to recruit more people. I say we crash their party, restrain Big Dog, and inform everyone who came here exactly why they shouldn't be helping.
You think there's any chance we could convince Big Dog instead of trying to, take him down?
How much do I know about denizens from the...
The under.
You could probably guess that they would feel pretty darn depressed.
He's been having dreams too. So no, I don't think we can.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that man
Mhm.
behind the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
And he told me that this was a gathering in favor of him last time we spoke.
He made finger foods, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
They're quite delicious.
They were surprisingly tasty for a man that is a toad.
What if we got him to eat some of the shrinking mushroom?
That's a wonderful idea.
Thank you.
And so I'm going to sort of like look across everybody and just go, so that's my plan. Is to crash their party and inform all of the people who have come to hear the good news exactly why they shouldn't be helping or joining.
What is life even? Okay, awesome.
And in order to
No,
solidify our hold until the moment where we explain this all to them, we know of the patron of this meeting, and we apparently have, and I'm going to gesture to Melvin and Claudius, 2 important members here with us.
Look at Melvin.
So with that authority and backing, we should be able to convince everyone exactly why they shouldn't
I would.
be here.
I might. So, I've done some things I'm very not proud of while not under my own control. And depending on where these people have come from, I might not be exactly popular.
Well, hopefully they won't figure out who you are.
Did anyone happen to be clever with disguises? Are you?
You're not in there.
I know, I'm not there.
Not
Sorry.
me.
He has.
Maybe?
Do you care to write?
A minute has probably passed.
We don't know how long this is gonna last.
I'm not willing to risk it. I'm gonna go. And I'm going to then step out and grab some like leaves and twigs and just like all down his sides, all the way down, if he stands still long enough.
Holy. Do you have a proficiency in disguise?
Oh, heavens no.
What would that be? What's disguise? Is
Oh
that...
wait, I'm proficient in a disguise kit.
If you have a disguise.
Why are you proficient in a disguise kit?
Because my background is urchin.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that makes sense, yeah.
So between the slime and your disguise kit, maybe you can make something of this.
Do you want to roll with advantage for having help from
Like
Claudius?
mix some dirt into the slime and like dye the hair.
Yeah.
Turn him slod tangential?
What am I
So
rolling?
it is going to be your proficiency, because of your proficiency with the tool, and then probably
Wow, you
sleight of
guys.
hand or
Oh yeah.
Sleight of
Oh,
hand.
wow.
Oh,
sleight of
yeah.
hand or stealth.
Or
'Cause
performance. I would do performance.
Oh,
maybe.
performance.
Performance
I would do
makes
performance,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
performance.
would do
makes sense.
performance.
26.
He looks convincingly gross. Like he's
I'm like a different person.
yeah, like a different species. You're not totally sure what he is, but
Sorry.
it's better than the alternative. Thank you.
Your,
Thank you.
Your new fake name can't be John. John left on an errand. Your fake name is... Help.
Oh,
What does he look like?
Your new fake name is Help.
Help. Yes.
This could get very confusing in a hurry. Very well.
If you hear one of us crying out for help, you should probably come help.
Okay.
I will do my very best.
Alright.
If you
We
don't
should
mind,
figure out a different attachment
I'll
than a
probably
hook. Maybe
try
like a knife or something.
smaller spells first if necessary.
Of
That
course.
way, if something
For,
backfires,
and in quotation.
Hopefully,
Help.
Big Dog is the only one
It's like
we'll
a
have
scythe.
to confront.
A pen.
We need to sharpen
A pen. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Right.
No it.
I mean, depending on how you
Okay,
set it up, I
you could
suppose.
just angle it so it's like. It wouldn't be that hard.
Alright. That means...
Angle it in
Then
the
I need to go talk to
position
Big
that you
Dog.
cried in.
and somehow convince him to eat something with me.
I
And
still want.
somehow put mushrooms on...
Why don't you just offer him some of the mushroom as a gift since we're visiting his meeting?
But there's no guarantee that he'll eat it right then. And
Hmm.
if he's from this realm, he may know what it is. Leave it to me.
Okay. Good luck.
I have rocks. This is my backup plan.
Going in.
Yeah, I think we're going back in.
You're not going back in? That's fair.
Okay, well, I'm gonna walk
Smart.
up. Ah! You must be Big Dog.
Yes, this is.
Yes,
I've heard so
yes.
much about you.
I kind of layered you on top of each other there, I think. And then Melbane is slimy and gross, and Claudius is staying outside. And actually, Melbane might stay with you for a bit. Just
You
close
should
enough
really
by
try
that he
some
can
of the
dodge in
sandwiches.
when he needs to, if he needs to. And, okay, so Big Dog is over greeting you guys with the other two who look more humanoid. Sorry, what did you say?
I said, Big Dog, I've heard so much about you. You must be Big Dog. That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
Oh, well, I am indeed.
My name is Evan.
Evan, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure is all mine. I'm here with Janet and the rest of our compatriots for the meeting, of course.
I'm so excited that this meeting is already coming together so well.
Indeed, we've been quite pleased.
Not a celebrity.
So I heard that he made
Special guest appearance.
I did.
They're wonderful.
Are we taking him here now?
They're really wonderful. You should
Yes.
try.
Would you like a cookie?
I would love a cookie.
He like goes over to the lectern and takes the tray of cookies
I would
off.
love a cookie.
Have a cookie.
What do you recommend? Which one?
Should we be in there?
I prefer the ones
I'm
with
with-
I assume
the
we went
bugs.
back in.
Yeah.
But
So
you
I assume
might
the chips are there,
prefer the
just not
ones
Claudius.
with the chips. They're like, what would you do? I hear people speak of something like a carob, kind of, because it dawns on me that we have already discussed that
This
they
world
don't have
doesn't
chocolate.
chocolate.
it's just sweet.
Ah, and are you fond of them?
I like the base, but I prefer my chunks to have legs.
That's quite fair. Have you ever heard of the... I'm just so pleased with how all this is coming together. Have you ever heard of the term breaking bread with friends?
Ha! I can't say that I have. Enlighten me.
It's a far back tradition where when people meet and they're friends, they break. Typically, it's bread, but in this case we have cookies. But we share a cookie, or bread, or whatever, in token of our friendship and our meeting. Would you share a cookie with me? I will
would
even eat one of the
love
bug ones because I've never had a bug cookie.
I'm most excited for you to try it and see what you think.
And I'm excited for you to share this new tradition with me.
Wonderful.
Well, old tradition, but new to you, of course.
Shall we all have some then?
Yes,
Yes.
indeed.
So I'm going to take one of the cookies. I'm going to break it in half. I'm going to sleight of hand some of the shrinking mushroom onto his half of the cookie.
Okay. Roll me for sleight of hand. Roll perception. Ooh.
18.
Just. Just by 1 point. Are you giving? Well, no, you would probably not be able to do the same thing for the other two unless you specifically handed them.
No, I'm
No, we're just worried about Big Dog.
just Big Dog.
Okay.
The others I feel like we can probably handle.
Disintegrate.
So he indeed takes the cookie, and all of you begin to nom.
Yes, thank you.
Hollow leg.
Hollow
Let's see.
I'm just getting ready.
He kind of numbs on it and these did come out very well. And they actually taste, in spite of the fact that the chips have legs, pretty good. Man's a good chef.
I kind of feel bad about what I'm doing.
As he sits there longer, he's like, I feel odd. "Heh, this is an interesting sensation." And as he's saying this, you can see that he's getting smaller, but it takes him, like, looking around the room for him to realize it.
Big dog.
What is happening?
What?
A jar.
A jar.
So when the big dog sees me go like this, and I reach over, and he puts a jar in my hand.
Wow.
I'm not like I'm not like attacking him with it yet, but I'm oh look a jar, and I'm unscrewing the lid.
Great. He is going to cast Fireball at you.
Counterspell.
And I'm gonna scoop him up in it and close it.
The other two look completely gobsmacked.
Oh my goodness, sir.
Can I?
There's been a terrible accident.
Terrible incident.
I'm gonna cast mass suggestion.
What save is that?
A 17.
Charisma.
It's charisma. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
It's
charisma.
either charisma.
And is this
I think.
also for all three of them,
Yes.
or just the two
Yeah.
that are not in it? Okay.
It will be.
Ignore the one in the jar.
Yeah. It'll be for all of them. Yeah.
I'll go
It's-
for all of
let's see.
them.
I think it's all of them.
Let
me check.
Swazi.
Sorry.
That's
let me-
Dun 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 dun. like a actual frog in the jar.
He has more that he can do, but I'll let you
Unconscious?
It's
go.
actually a wisdom save.
It's wisdom. Yeah.
Wisdom.
Sorry.
Okay, so
How wise
And
are
what
these
do they
things?
have to
How
make?
wise are these things?
What?
what do they have to make?
17.
Okay, so only one of them makes it.
I guess. Yeah, because that's my specific, right?
So Swazi makes his save.
Swansea.
The other two do not. What are you suggesting?
Well, we know that the plan was to come in here and.
Well, you all know that, but I don't.
You weren't there.
I
Never
wasn't
mind.
there. So. Let me think. Let's see. The suggestion will be that their new goal is going to be convincing people that the convergence is not to accept it.
I think it's
How
only
long does this
one
work?
word, right? One
What?
word suggestion.
Yeah,
No.
and what's
No.
the duration of this?
No, it's
No, with mass
you
suggestion,
describe
it'll
a
be
course
more.
of action. So it's let's see. It's just
Chipper's drawing.
Oh, is there another drawing?
Oh, and this one's a doozy.
She took rat sandwich, literally.
It's just like hemorrhoid all over again.
Hemorrhoid in one of his deaths.
I don't remember him being turned into
it
a
doesn't
sandwich.
say that. Well, I don't know. It says let's see, 10 days, I guess.
Oh wow.
Dang.
That's pretty
Okay.
cool.
But what?
Is there anything about like if they are attacked or something
You can
like
specify. Oh, it says you can specify. Well, okay, you can't ask them to like hurt themselves in any way.
that? Mm-hmm.
It has to sound reasonable.
If they are attacked or anything, like what breaks it other than just
Um,
duration?
if they just have to perform the action.
Yeah, so if the activity is completed.
When the spell ends when the subject finishes what it's asked to do.
Okay.
So.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, your slot in a jar. Seems.
He needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
That was pretty good. Con is +4. Oh yeah, that's 21.
Okay, never mind.
But he seems to be as he looks like he's about to do something, her spell kind of takes hold, and you see him start to rethink life.
We have some explaining to do.
Yes, Lucy.
Swazi turns from a human into a gray slod.
Oh, frick.
And this is where it goes south.
Hey, well,
Would you like us to roll initiative?
Yes, please.
does it look like he's not gonna listen to me talk?
I was gonna say, that's the thing, is if he's... Yep.
He's the one that passed his save. The other one is content to stay as is
Okay.
because he's under suggestion right now.
Do you want me and Melbane to roll in?
Yes. And you will fall into order when you come into that.
Oh, and I'm no longer at disadvantage.
Yes.
So,
I was prepared to roll with disadvantage all night.
And Swazi is going to, while you are trying to talk to him, he's going to take first strike because you are talking to him and nobody is acting right then, and then we'll go into normal initiative. So Emmy is out of this right now. Okay. Janice.
16.
16. Claudius.
21.
Nice. Henry?
26.
26.
Lift of alacrity.
I thought I was doing okay.
Elaine?
24.
Behold the wizard.
Melbane is gonna be useless.
I mean,
Which, I mean, he kinda is anyway, that sorta checks out. The others,
not by any fault of his own.
Xerxes?
Correct.
17.
17. Did I get everybody? Yeah, because the other two are not gonna be. Well, you gave them the thing about. You didn't necessarily say anything about not fighting you, so.
Nope.
They would roll too. Okay. Oh, that sucked. And.
At least we're doing this before the meeting.
Oh my
Because we
god.
had a
now
lot of
they're
human
gonna at
casualties.
least suggest
That
to
is
anyone that comes to the meeting
terrible.
that it's not.
Or we just burned
Yeah,
down, or we
they're
just
gonna
destroy
try
the
to
whole.
convince them. No, so it's fine.
I
No,
rolled
no, no. Probably should
It's
destroy
fine.
the church.
almost entirely single digits.
Claudius is actually rather grateful for a fight at this point.
Fair enough.
Fight!
Arrange these. Sort. Descending. There we go. Okay,
He's
so
actually probably not using his glaive this time.
the gray slod is going to take the first thing there. So he is going to. He is also going to attempt to cast Fireball towards, like, past.
What did he roll?
What?
What did he roll?
Well,
He's
you
acting
guys
with
were.
full
Yeah,
action.
he is. Yeah.
Right.
So he's the one in that corner there.
Which one?
Ahead. He's the one standing above Xerxes.
Ah, I see.
I should have had those marked. Sorry.
Yeah, the turn order's kind of in our way, so
Oh,
we
let's.
can't barely see half of our party.
Does
So
that? No,
If you
that
hand
doesn't
me
really
the
help.
mouse,
Here.
I can move it.
move it
Yeah.
the other way. Just you could even just move it to the other side of the screen.
Visiting.
Come on, cursor. There it is. Oh, stop. Oh, I hate this mouse.
I am so glad it's not just me.
It's everyone but Keith.
Keith always looks at me like I'm smoking
And then
something.
our camera, but never mind. We're good.
Okay. So, so yeah,
What's going on?
The
he
Grey
is
Slab
casting
fireball.
Fireball.
Oh, counterspell.
Kind of through.
At me.
Okay. So counterspell. Let's see.
Deflected.
Okay. Three
Nope.
attack.
It's a spectral, like, little cuckoo clock appears and cuckoo right in front of their face and distracts them.
So a
Goodness.
question, because I don't think I've played an NPC like this before. It's got 3 attacks.
Yes.
Does
But if it casts a
What
spell, it
does
doesn't
its
count.
what does its multi-attack say?
its multi-attacks are all like weapons or bites and claws.
Right.
So
Right.
that spell casting takes the
Right,
whole
it's
shebang.
the whole action.
Okay.
Well,
Yes.
it depends. If the spell itself is an action like Fireball is, then yes, it would
Okay.
take the whole action.
Gotcha.
Unless the
Sure.
multi-attack specifies that like they can cast a spell and attack with something.
Gotcha.
There are creatures that do
Gotcha.
that.
I wasn't
They're
totally sure.
nasty.
I thought that was probably the case, but I
Yes.
wanted to make
But
sure.
unless
Thank you.
multi-attack says that, then it's basically multi-attack tells you when they take the attack action, everything they can do with that.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Cool. All right. So yeah, his spell fizzles, and he kind of moves backward to kind of get himself prepared.
Well, I hope you guys can handle the Grey Slad, because I've got to deal with our friend in a jar.
Very not.
That's
I'm outside.
great.
I don't know what's going on.
So now we get to Henry. And now I need a sheet of paper. There we go. The counter of hit points.
Okay.
Alright, so it is your turn, Henry.
Alright. I will take the rocks in my hand and fling them forward, and I will cast Animate Object on all 10 stones. And I will set them towards the Grey Slod to attack. So, give me a second. I have to roll 10 dice here real quick.
Great slot named Swayze.
Actually, it'll be easier if I do this.
Swazi, but close enough.
Yeah.
Not Swayze.
Patrick Swayze.
Patrick?
Hold
Is
on.
that
You're fine, no worries.
I was just trying to see if that's where you were what you were thinking.
Yes.
I
I didn't
assume
even think
also
about that
isn't
when I wrote it down, weirdly.
Well,
I was actually a
it's also the
pretty
name of the
decent
bar,
Patrick
and
Swayze fan. I mean, he did some crap movies, but generally a good human.
Would you like to roll, please?
Do you need some more?
No, I have plenty. I'm just getting all 10.
Oh, do they have to roll initiative separately?
No, they all roll
Attack.
on their own attacks.
Oh.
Alright,
I have interest.
so 10 animated rocks are going to attack the
The one that just
the
attacked
Grey
you?
Slot.
Okay.
It didn't attack, silly.
Or the one that attempted to attack you.
The one that attempted to attack. Okay, so we got a plus 8. Does a 12 hit?
So, is yours? Nope.
Does a 18 hit?
It is. You have to come up in over, right?
No, you have to hit it.
Hit it? Okay, yes.
Okay, so 8 of them will hit. Because everything's above a 9. So that's
Alrighty.
8d4.
Braden, this is almost as good as the silverware
Come on,
Yeah.
Big
cone of
one
arrows.
attack.
Yes.
So it gets better.
Oh, it gets better.
It always gets better.
I'm excited about life now.
Well, this is probably
This is-
not what you expected.
Not at all.
Me neither.
I'm just kind of.
16.
I'm
16,
never shocked when things don't go the way I intend them to with you
48 points of damage.
guys. Nice.
As well
That's-
as these tiny rocks just start attacking
Yeah,
this
yeah.
slod. Oh.
Oh, I love you. Aw.
Okay. And that's my turn. I will go over by the lectern.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so you are going.
I'm gonna go right by the, just.
Are you gonna go up the little step?
I'm gonna go on the other side of the
Sorry,
lectern
other side of the lectern.
from the baddies,
So.
kind of using it as a shield.
So you're gonna kind of like hop the pews
Sure.
to go directly there. Okay, I feel bad. So you're gonna kind of use it for cover.
There's a little bit of cover.
Should be kind of right there. My poor hubby.
Hubby.
So you got that. All right. So that
Yes,
brings
right
us
there.
to Elaine.
Okay. Okay. I should have been rolling. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Okay, well, I am going to swing at the slod with my sword. Swing at the slod with my sword.
Swing.
That's
We'll have
23
to
hit.
explain that later.
Yes, definitely.
So, now, math. And I'm going to dump in, how beefy does this thing look?
It's pretty beefy.
Beefy? Beefy.
All of them. You're gonna dump in.
Wait, so you're
All of
attacking
them.
Gray Slot or you're attacking You're attacking Gray Slot. So you move to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there?
Because the
Isn't-
other two aren't doing anything, right?
Currently.
Currently,
Yeah,
yes.
because one's in a jar and the other one's not doing anything.
Okay,
so.
Right. Okay.
Currently.
Yes. I'm going to dump in a 3rd level smite.
Ooh.
There is so much math involved here.
Yes. Welcome to the life of a wizard. Or anyone that casts spells.
So,
Math, hang on. Remember how my divine smite works.
oh, I did not realize that.
Uh-oh.
Noted for next time.
You should stop reading what the slots can do.
Yeah.
You should just ignore anything about
Well,
their
I knew
abilities.
about things like, regeneration and whatnot, but I forgot about magic resistance.
Oh,
Yep.
Mhm.
regeneration.
Magic resistance is pretty killer.
There's a reason I picked these guys for you.
Guess it's just.
I wanted you to feel fear. Instead, you put a slot in a jar.
It's I, Henry Maker.
I mean,
Maker.
I guarantee you, we
Put
felt
in
fear
jar,
the
man.
moment you said that there was a slide walking out of the back
Yep.
room.
Okay, on my first attack, it's 35 points of damage.
Nice.
So much math.
And that was your bonus action, so you can't dump another one in.
Yes, thank you.
Another what?
Divine Smite.
Smite.
No,
Oh,
no, it doesn't cost a bonus action to Divine Smite.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
is.
does.
No, it doesn't.
I
You can just put in Divine Smite
It's
whenever.
No, she has
spell
that.
slot.
Yeah, she.
Yeah,
The
she.
spell slots,
yeah.
it takes a bonus action.
Does it?
You do have one that is automatic on one die of
Right.
it that's automatic on every hit.
because of the improved
But-
divine smite.
Correct.
But, okay.
Should leave that over that if I'm gonna.
This is a 17 hit?
No.
Okay.
Not quite.
Actually, I'm just gonna re-roll that.
Well.
Never mind, it's worse.
No, it's not a bonus action. Just whenever you hit a creature with a melee.
We'll keep combat moving. We'll figure it out.
You can just spend spell slots whenever. It's too overpowered.
Oh, it's the spell ones. It's like, never mind.
Yeah,
sorry.
there's
Okay.
there are bonus actions.
Wrathful
also.
Anyway, that
Yes.
is that's my turn.
Okay. So that brings us to Claudius. You hear things.
Devolving?
Yes.
Shin Tun Tao. Oh.
Alright. Instead of saying anything to Melbane, I'm just gonna draw my sword and look at him. And because I still don't know how loud I am.
So
I'm
you
going to step in,
you
and I
enter.
see a gray slot, a person, and a slot in a jar.
Yeah, I've got the slot in the jar, and like every time he starts to move, I'm like,
Chase the jar.
it's like every time he's like,
Alright.
nope.
Everything in this world bleeds.
Gray slot then.
Okay. So you're Let's see. Can you get there?
Well, this is.
Yeah, you can get within melee range.
Good. So I'm running the whole way.
Oh wait, you do cross in front of the other guy who hasn't transferred form.
Yeah.
So that would be an opportunity attack, right?
Transferred
Okay.
form.
So
He's also a gray slot.
he is
Or
indeed.
something worse.
So yes, he is going to, like his. Let me make sure that I'm getting this right. Yeah, his hand comes up and he swipes at you as you pass, and his, for a moment, human-looking hand kind of just transforms into a big gray claw.
The claw.
And let's see. Oh God.
So what my brother
It's a little good.
So that's going to be an 18.
It
That
has
is-
chosen.
Okay, just barely. So yes, that is
Just that
going
part.
to do. It's actually not that much damage by itself. Once you start adding the other stuff, it does. So that's going to be 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Okay.
6.
All right, and then you get into melee range with the gray slug.
Okay.
It has transformed.
So, I'm swinging my sword, not my glaive.
All right.
Swing.
Swing, swing.
I've got a tap.
I like it even better that I don't know what this is, but it makes you uncomfortable.
Not,
so.
not uncomfortable, it's just really funny. So, first things first, I'm going to dump one of these in for a tripping attack. So he will need to make a strength save, provided I hit. I'm assuming that a 30
Oh
hits.
yeah. So much yeah.
Yeah.
But what did it cost?
That-
Your soul.
He already sold that, remember?
That's what
Yep.
he's saying. 8 plus 7 is 15 plus 7 is 22 points of damage, and he will need to make a strength save.
22. Oh, that made the math easy. Okay. Oh my gosh. You guys, he has a +3 to strength, and he rolled a freaking 5.
That's not gonna work. So he is proned.
Well, it's just one of those days, you know.
So then
I
I'm gonna
get
use my
that.
bonus action. Well, I suppose bonus action. Anyway, bonus action attack with my horns.
Did you just roll?
You have a.
Inspiration.
Yeah. I rolled 2 ones.
I didn't. Okay.
Does 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna count that. Yeah, it's still not bad. Okay, so 3 plus 5 is 8 points of damage. And then 2 more regular attacks with the sword. There we go.
Oh my gosh. he's still up. Yeah.
No, I just didn't know what oh my gosh was meant.
This is just definitely not gone how I thought it would.
23 to hit.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and do a taunting attack with this one.
Okay.
Where's my pile? There. And reroll both of those. Gosh, dang it! 5, 6, 7, 14 points of damage. Okay.
Carry on.
And last attack,
This slot has taken so
23
much
to
damage.
hit.
Yep.
And he needs to make a wisdom save. Sorry for the taunt.
Nat 20.
Okay.
The one roll that doesn't suck.
Wait.
I am taunting
it was
again.
That's fine.
His whiz save.
Oh.
Please, he's had enough.
Can I?
Have misery on this poor creature.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay,
I was
another taunting
thinking
strike.
about making. Oh,
Ooh,
I was
that's a good
thinking
one.
about making him re-roll it.
8,
So.
9, 10, 11, 12.
It's
9,
probably not
13,
gonna matter that
15,
much.
7
Right, I know. I'm like, it's not worth it.
20 points of damage.
He goes down.
Cool.
The Slod,
I
yes,
guess I will
the
save
Slod
that for
is
a minute.
down. Seeing that his brother ends up kind of hulking into Slod form as well. And that brings us to Elaine. My goodness. Well, unless.
Wait.
Elaine went already.
Yeah, Elaine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have the thing highlighted funny. Okay, my bad. There you are. So Slug Brother 1 and then Xerxes. Except Slug Brother 1 was the one that just went down. So
So
Xerxes.
just me. Okay. Yay. Let's see. Where is?
The big brother.
Okay. I am going. Okay. I will.
Sometimes I forget that I can't do that around him.
I should.
While she's figuring this out,
Where
the
is
death
there anyone
Slug recognizes you.
by?
Oh, great.
Oh. Is there anyone by there?
Oh, sorry, let me
Is there
see.
anyone
That's
by
a
this
lot
death
here.
slug?
So, the death slot is the one in the jar.
He's in a jar in my hands.
Yeah.
That
So-
one? No, the other one.
Oh, by this one? Just you.
Oh, just me?
Mhm.
Okay, perfect.
Just
Yeah, so I'm going to cast.
Oh, wait, I did
Cast
that
a
wrong.
spell
I'm sorry.
Just every time he tries to.
So, this was the death slot.
Mm-mm.
He belongs to Janice now.
Yes,
Yes.
he is.
He belongs
His
to
belongs to
Janice.
Janice.
He is
That'll
mine
make
now.
it easier. So,
Me
actually,
now.
the other slot is in front of Janice.
all your bases
I-
are belong to us.
I can't make him smaller, but
Okay, no, that's
the one
fine.
behind Janice is the death slot. We'll say that.
Okay,
um,
that's fine.
He's actually in front of Janice in the jar.
I'm just gonna use my movement to.
We've put so many things in jars.
Jars are like
Jars.
the bane
It's our
of
new
all of the
go-to
bad
plan.
Yeah, I'm
guys.
just
We'll
gonna
put it in a
move,
jar.
in front. So, Janice.
So he's
is
out of.
It's just it's a 30-foot cone. That's what
Okay, so you're kind of casting it so the edge
yeah.
of the cone gets that, but not Janice.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, sometimes I.
What are you casting?
Pulse wave.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yep. Okay, so let's make a Constitution saving throw.
Con save. Oh, that was better. That's gonna be an 18.
Okay. Okay, so it'll just take half.
Excuse me. So half.
Once I roll all my damage, sorry.
There we go.
What?
Poser is saying he's tired. He's gonna need to roll a con save to stay awake. Nova suggested putting a 5-hour energy shot in your Red Bull. If you survive the heart attack, you're good.
Sounds like he's speaking from experience.
That's like when you put one of those like
Probably
tequila
how he stays
shots
awake
in
when he's
another like
operating
huge
plane.
pint of something and then just splash it and take it down.
Yeah, they drop the.
It will take.
It's like trying. That's like attaching a
10 points.
firecracker to like one of those
Yeah,
huge
of damage.
fireworks. Just like halfway up.
And I believe is
You
he
just see
moved?
There.
Oh no,
No,
that's
it's only on a it's on the fail. He's succeeded. So.
Okay. So that's 10 points. And that's you? You got. Is that? Are you gonna do anything?
Yes, that's
Okay.
my action and
Awesome.
my movement.
Janice.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, cool.
That's all
Janice
I'm
uses
gonna
his
do.
action
Good
to
job.
shake, shake, shake.
Shake, shake, shake. Shake the
your
slot now. Shake your bottle.
Yes. What you guys?
So I am going to beeline out the door to Melbane. I am holding my action to cast Dispel Magic on the death slot if it tries to cast a spell, and I am, like, shaking the jar as much as I can to try and keep it confused.
Poor Melbane is like, oh, yep, been
Oh.
there.
Sorry, buddy.
So with you leaving the other one's range.
Yes.
So that's a
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
So he is going to.
He can. Actually, let's see, what am I? Oh, you know what? Never mind, never mind. I'm going to, as a bonus action, so in where Janice turns to, like, it looks like silver liquid, and slides out of that space, I slide 5 feet over. I need that gray slot and the death slot to make wisdom saving throws.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm using Face Step first.
Okay. Ooh. The gray slot has a natural 20. The death slot does not.
He's in a jar.
He's in a jar.
That's a
Yeah,
plus
he's
0,
stuck in a
so
jar.
he has a 6.
So the gray slot is fine, although I am now out of his range. The death slot is frightened of me for 1 minute.
I mean, that's fair.
So he has to
That
use
makes
his movement to get as far away from me as possible.
Which is
Like-
fair.
It's just like clawing at the. I made you cookies.
And I am now beelining it out to Melbane.
So you phase step to Melbane.
Now the question is, did I?
Yes,
put place in the
I
jar?
got. Well, no, I just moved 5 feet. I wanted to be within 5 feet of that slot and then walk,
Gotcha.
so I could still hit him with the fear, but just far enough away that he can't swipe at me.
Gotcha.
So dark.
So do you hand
But
it to
effective.
Melbane, or do you give it to Melbane, or you?
Well, actually, so I'm holding it up there, maybe as I'm
No, I
shaking
didn't
it, and it's
know.
trying to get away from me. Melbane, are you still capable of preventing him from using magic?
I'm honestly not sure.
Maybe you should test it out real fast.
We didn't put holes in the jar,
Nope.
by the way.
Nope.
That's fine.
How
Yeah,
do
it's a
you
slot, so.
prefer for me to do this without him casting magic?
Can't you still cast counterspell even if you didn't want to?
That's a
I
good
think
question.
it's a reaction to a
It's a
spell
reaction,
being
yeah.
cast.
Yeah. It's really.
That's a good thought.
Silence.
You know, he still has to convince people that this is all just.
Yeah. Okay. New plan. Melvin, can you cast silence?
I can try.
Yeah. Try that. Thank you.
We've been here before. Nobody's been here before.
So you see him, and I need you to roll a con save.
That's fair.
What did he cast?
Well, he cast the right thing, but there's a problem with it.
A con save?
Yeah.
18.
Okay, you make it. Let's see. Yeah, he does. Okay. So you see him cast something, and like this little arch of magic kind of begins to form this pattern as he traces it with his, like, moving his shoulder and doing all of this to try and get his articulation to work well. And as he casts, there's this that you feel this rumble. Like, you can tell this was a misfire, but it doesn't seem to do anything wrong, but you can still hear the slot go, "Ah!" Like, crashing to get out of the jar.
Well, that's gonna be a no. So yeah, no, I'm just gonna stand out. I'm just gonna stand out here then and hold my action to cast Dispel if the slot tries to, and I'm just still.
Meanwhile, he's doing its darndest to get away.
Wah, wah.
Okay, so, yeah.
The death slot's having a rough
And
day.
it's his turn next, and he can't do anything, can he?
He tries to escape.
He can try and escape.
Does he need
He's in
air?
a glass jar. I mean, at some point. Okay, so
I'm sure he's running out real fast.
He's yelling. He sure
is
is.
a +5. Okay, so with a 20 strength, he's just waylaying into the glass, and you can see the glass
Grill it.
crack with one of his hits, and finally like shatter in your hands, and this death slot falls, which
So.
that's a decent save. You can feel like there's definitely an oof when he hits the ground and starts like beelining like between Melbane's legs, like on his way out. Like, he's
Okay.
trying to escape.
Give me a minute. I have to decide which of these I want to use.
I love you,
Well
Chipper.
done, Chipper.
That's
Well done.
terrifying.
I love it so much. Yes, check out the Discord. Chipper's been illustrating.
Ew.
One's not loading now.
Do you see it?
Oh.
Alright,
Oh goodness.
make me a wisdom save for the death slot.
Oh, that's a +0, so 11.
He is cursed. At the start of every one of his turns, he has to make a wisdom saving throw or do nothing for that turn.
Oh,
And this
man.
lasts for 8 hours.
Wow.
This is the Melbane treatment.
Yep.
This is
And
yeah.
Melbane's like,
Yep, so as he hits the ground, I'm just like, mm-mm. And I pick up my silver staff, and as I throw it, it turns into a dagger and hits him, but it doesn't actually hurt him, but it curses him.
Melbane just kind of looks at him and is like,
sorry, bro.
Are we keeping this one?
That brings us to Slug Brother 2, who is going to turn, and Xerxes is there, so he's going to start off by running in to attack
Casting another
Xerxes.
fireball.
Oh, yeah, this guy is dead. I should remove him. Dead? No,
Yes, you
no.
will begin by casting
Cancel.
fireball.
Remove yourself. Okay, there we go.
There's one left.
So he is going to come over here to Xerxes, and that's going to be 1, 2, and 3. So what is your AC?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Sticks
Stays
pretty
pretty
well.
What kind of armor do you have?
You would have 14.
14, I think. That's
14.
Okay.
Okay. So
Or
2 of
14 or
these
13.
are going to hit. So let's see, we've got
What is it?
It's pretty good.
An attack?
13.
yes.
Okay.
So we've got 1 great sword attack and 1 claw attack.
Okay.
So we've got
You said 2 of them?
2 of them. 2 of the 3 will hit.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Mhm.
So 2d6, and then the claw is 1d10. Oh, that was a d10 before. I botched that. That's okay.
When it hit me,
It should have been a d10. Yeah, that's
Okay.
okay.
you only dealt 9. Do you manage to add another 4?
Sure. Alright, so that's, oh wow, it's a really crappy roll. So let's see, for the great sword, that's gonna be 6 slashing damage, but for the claws, that's gonna be 8, 11 slashing damage. Seeing this kind of smaller fellow get struck in front of you, make me a wisdom save to see if you have a breaking point moment, because, yeah. You're in combat, one of your friends just took... How'd that
That
go?
was a natural 20.
Oh! So your breaking point is not
Oh,
spent.
child!
He's not a kid.
Yeah.
You're fine. Get up. Rub some dirt in it.
I've seen worse.
Might still happen again sometime through this, we'll
That's
see.
fine.
So yeah, you handle that fine. So that is his action. We come to Melbane, who is in front of this guy. He looks at you. Do I do something?
I mean, if you can and you'd like to, there's a chance he'll spend the next few minutes or few seconds doing nothing.
So he
This
steps
is good
back.
practice.
Yeah, he steps back and kind of puts himself in between. I don't have enough space over there. So he steps up and puts himself between like the wall and the grounded slot,
Mm-hmm.
but make sure that he's not pointed towards you. And he is going to cast. It's like I'm going to cast something small.
Good luck.
He does this. Oh, this one
Magic
works.
missile. I can't miss.
Pretty much.
Right?
He looks and you can see like this fire forming over his hand.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's not good.
And
I made that out of wood.
well, it's a magical flame, so it's not exactly the same, but it's like this flame over
My
his hand.
hand!
Dang it!
It
Again!
directs towards the slod. I have to remember how much magic is real quick.
1d4 plus
1d4 for each
Thank you.
bolt.
Level.
1d4 plus 1 for each bolt, yeah?
Yeah, plus one.
And he's starting off just with one bolt because he didn't know.
that's
A
a
level
level
1 magic missile throws out 3 bolts.
So it'll be,
Three
yeah,
bolts?
3d4.
Okay, so it's going to be 3
And then it's
d4
plus 1 for every
regardless.
spell level above
So
it.
it's 3d4 plus 3, and that just all hits.
I'm missing a lot of dice, so I'm going to be stealing his. Ah! Thank you. D4 plus what now?
Plus 1. So 3d4, each one gets a plus 1.
We're just going to go with these two because they were easy. It's going to be 2 threes. So that's going to be 8, and then we'll do one more. What?
Nate's asking if you have a tattoo on your head.
No, he's just weird.
It's a string that he unraveled.
You started it.
2 plus 3. So that's going to be 11. 11 points of damage to the slab. Yes, he got a tattoo on his head. 11.
As one does.
Got a tattoo of a snake coming up the neck.
Nice.
Yes. But, yeah.
Alright, so that's going to be Melbane. And that's going to bring us back to Enneray.
Hello. I'll start making my way towards the door.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Towards the
downtown.
big door? Or,
Towards where Janice
oh, okay.
headed
So,
towards.
yeah, you can probably get pretty darn close. Like, you can't get through the door, but you can pretty
Right.
well get to the door.
As I pass, I'll have the rocks attack the slot.
Like you do.
Oh.
Man, this animate objects thing is impressive. Gotta congratulate you for excellent usage.
Okay, 4 of those are gonna miss.
It's embarrassing when you get killed by pebbles.
Right?
So 6 of them are gonna succeed.
You have been stoned to death.
I was so not expecting this.
What were you expecting?
Yeah, what were you expecting?
Not this.
Dealing with the Glassbreakers Guild.
You are so right. I am not sad about how this is going at all. I mean, I did foresee it being a bit more threatening, but
Threatening.
I mean,
threatening?
you convinced us that it was a big enough deal that I at least have blown some pretty high level spell slots already to do what I've done. So
fair
Yeah,
enough.
I did
Three of
too.
mine.
Yeah.
I blew a 5th level bestow curse on the death slot. So
That's
Nice.
35 points of damage.
Nice.
Jeez.
Nice.
It's 1d4 plus 4 damage.
For each one, that's crazy.
That's,
So if you
that's
put that all
awesome.
together and they all hit, that's like 40 plus whatever they roll, so. Which is an average of 20, so it's like
I mean,
60.
They do have
Yeah.
a real
I don't know
good
what it was.
amount of HP, but you
Probably.
guys are also real powerful, so.
Yeah.
Of course we are.
We're also
And,
creative.
Mhm.
Yes.
that's a word for
That
it.
is so
There
true.
you go.
And he's in a jar.
Eat my mushrooms. Break
How
bread
hurt,
with
how
me,
hurt is
friends.
the slot right there looking?
I mean, he's
I'm real
still
proud.
doing real good, but
Is he?
he's. I mean, there's
Is
there's
he-
a good chunk.
Is he
But
though?
there's some good. Like,
Is he?
bits.
Disintegrate.
Can you cast that after? Oh, the other
He
one's
did
That's
not
just a
still-
bonus action. That's just a command
Yeah.
bonus action.
Oh wow.
That's just a
So,
concentration spell.
like Iron
So
Man,
what
you
is-
hold up your arm.
There's a save for this, right?
Yes.
Something.
Let me look it
save?
up this
Next time,
time.
I think, yeah.
Let's see. Disintegrate.
Frick.
It is a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save. Did I really put my? Okay, fine. I hid my dice from myself.
Henry ain't joking around.
Dexterity.
No.
No.
Oh, but it got a 20.
Our Tin Man
So
Brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
you got a 16.
That fails.
Blast! Curse you!
Wanted! Now, let me roll 10d6 real quick.
He'll still be alive. He'll be really unhappy.
Oh, I would hold your breath. Hold your breath, it gets better.
Oh dear. Oh dear. What did I do with my... Ah! My usual D20 disappeared. Oh, there they are. Or there's one. Oh.
It didn't want to roll anymore. It's tired of being
Apparently. Two of my other ones, like, I always roll with my gifted ones because they roll better for me usually, but that might not be true right now, actually.
See? 75 points of damage.
Wow.
Rated.
He's still up. He's really happy about life. He's still up.
Man.
There are flanks of flesh hanging off at this point. Like, it took away the
It's a
skin.
skeleton.
It's not quite skeleton, but it took
I've
away a
opened
lot
it
of
like
skin.
a-
There's
like
a lot
a-
of blood happening. It's
It's
a gross sight.
class. Just
You-
like
you're dissecting it.
I have dissected
Autopsy.
this frog.
Yeah, he's. There are parts of him that are flayed. It's pretty grody. It's pretty grody. Which brings us to Elaine. Not sure he's gonna survive past Claudius. Like,
Alright.
I think he like it once. Right?
Okay, well, my first attack's a natural 1, so that didn't work.
no.
That's 13.
No.
Yeah, okay. I'm just flailing around doing nothing. Yep, that's...
You went to
You can-
slice right
you
as
can
disintegrate hits,
reroll.
and one of those pieces of flayed flesh just.
Yeah.
roll your attack.
Okay.
Look at you.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
That'll do
suddenly
it.
you feel empowered again, as though you've got one more blow.
Unnatural 20.
That'll hit.
Okay. And I'm going to
Makes
dump
him
in... Yes. How flayed is he looking?
He's pretty flayed.
Okay.
Go second.
No, second. First might take it
Number
out,
two,
but I
my
haven't
lord.
used Divine Smite.
Number two.
Because
Oh,
then
you do.
it'll
Okay, yeah,
be-
do first then.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna dump in a Divine Smite. So...
5th level Divine Smite.
Oh, you could be higher than that. Higher than what we're at the game level.
I don't think I ever had past 3rd.
No, you do, because we did the one shot.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I don't
think
know.
I
I
only
don't think
did.
you didn't use any spells, but no, you did. You did the
That was just
the
smite.
wyvern
18.
one.
You're
18
paladin,
points?
so
Yeah.
you're capped at.
That's still
Fifth.
a lot at this point.
Yeah, but it should have been
You did
more.
that. You did the dragon spell.
That was a talisman.
All right, Claudius.
Dun da 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 dun.
So we're starting with the horns.
Ta-da!
Mess with the bow, get the horns.
Oh, that may not hit actually. 19.
It's gonna hit, yeah.
Oh, cool. I will go ahead and trip attack. Strength save.
And
And reroll ones.
that's gonna be a 16.
What's your DC?
Sorry, DC 17. So he is going to be prone. And
I feel like I just got up.
I got knocked down, but I get up again. I proceed to get get knocked down. I get knocked
That's
down.
4 plus 5, 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And now the fun ones.
Yup.
Sword 1, 28 to hit.
That's gonna hit. That's a beastly sword. But I think you're also just a beastly character.
8 plus 5 is 13 points of damage.
Okay. Oh, he goes unconscious.
What?
How much movement did I use to get to him? Or was I?
You
Oh,
were
I was
already
already right
there.
against him.
Yeah.
In which case, actually, if I was right against him, I couldn't have done the horn attack as a bonus action.
Oh. So undo 13 of that? Or how much? Yeah. Was that 13?
Sure.
Which, or was that the 9?
I'm pretty sure that
That
was
was
the
the
9.
9. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
lower die roll, but.
So he's not quite unconscious, but he looks real rough.
Okay. So second strike. 27 to hit.
Oh yeah.
3, 6 plus 7 is 13 points of damage.
Now he's not unconscious.
There it is.
He's dead, Jim. He-
Okay,
you
so seeing him stop
slash
moving,
into
I'm
him.
going to use my movement to run outside.
Okay.
What do I see?
You can't get there yet.
Yeah. Well.
So
Oh wait, that's the slide. That's not you.
So for the next minute, because he is afraid of me, Dani,
Yeah, you can get there.
and he's so small, I am stepping in front of the death slot to make him have to run away from me, and I'm basically just sort of walking in a circle and keeping him like trapped because he's frightened of me until the next minute is up. So that's what I'm doing. I'm
So
just
you-
sort of like, doop,
You pretty much
Nope.
see like
nope.
this tiny slod running around, and Melbane kind of pointing occasionally, like, and seeing this little spurt of, and it working sometimes.
And as soon as he's just about to get outside of Janice's like reach, I'll just step and he'll, and just wait.
I'm not sure if I should intervene.
I made cookies for you, Lord.
Okay, so how far away am I at this point?
So you are pretty much at the doorway, so they are within 10 feet of you, like 5-10 feet. They're,
Okay, and do I have any movement? Because that's 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20.
Just
25,
random
30. I
random
do
bystander.
not.
This must look so bad. Tormenting
So
this little frog.
I am going to go ahead and stick the sword in the ground and grab my glaive, which means I'm in range again. And I'm going to chop
You're gonna whack it.
with my last attack.
Anyone who walks up and just sees this sees Melvin is standing here, occasionally throwing magic at this frog who's running in circles, and I am like chasing the frog around, and you're sitting here like, ha! Ha!
because this is one of those things that I had not necessarily planned for. I did not
Oh.
think about the mechanics of like how his HP would change if he were tiny.
It doesn't.
Yeah, I'm fine with it
Necessarily.
not. You guys are gonna have to kick the crap out of this guy for a while.
That actually probably is-
Actually,
What if we just put him back in a jar and
I'm
fill the jar
just-
with water?
gonna
It didn't
cast
drown him.
polymorph.
Again.
What are you
Faster.
polymorphing him into?
Why are we? Why?
Why not?
Fair.
That'll give
Okay.
him more hit points.
Because once whatever
It'll
polymorphed
take
form he's
whatever-
in, yeah, but once that runs out of hit points, he goes, back.
And then, yeah, same amount of hit points.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we were going to keep him, polymorph is a great idea.
Let's put him in a jar, fill the jar with water, just drown him. It'll be a lot faster.
That's true.
It will!
So
I don't know that it will.
let me get this straight. You want to try and drown the toad?
They still have to breathe.
I can have my
actually,
I can have my rocks
let's
just
see.
like gang up on him
We can
continually.
I
Rocks.
could gravity sinkhole it.
Do we really want to pull this out? Because I think it just sounded like we're all going to stand around in a circle and actually kick the crap out of this toad. we chase him around, and I've seen Claudius like tee up with his glaive and like golf club hit him into the wall of the temple. And
I've got like a
Indeed.
squadron of rocks
He
coming
can
in
still
like
make
to the
wisdom
Death
saves.
Star.
to do what?
Do what?
To do nothing, potentially.
Yeah.
To potentially do nothing, but he also
but
has
he-
the
okay.
ability to perhaps cast a spell.
All
Like,
right, never mind.
You'd be essentially getting stabbed with a toothpick if you took like melee attacks, but
Just
That's fair.
drown him.
We'd have to catch him first.
I
Might
don't
as
think
well
that's gonna be
stab
that
him.
difficult. Be faster to drown him.
Okay. Does... I'm assuming
Actually,
14 does not hit, yes?
No.
Okay, I'm going to action surge.
Henry,
Hmm?
can you make another jar?
Yes.
Does a 20... Oh, no, sorry.
Thank you.
Does an 18 hit?
an 18 does hit. Oh wait, actually, let me double check because this is a different kind. Yes, an 18 does hit.
Where are we still in initiative?
I haven't taken you out. I was about to, but I haven't taken you out.
I mean, do you want to? If that's the case, then I won't.
We're just gonna be
oh,
around
wait.
this thing like
Well,
that.
if you haven't.
Gonna drown it.
Yeah, we'll be still in initiative. That way we know when his turn, when he has the ability to make a wisdom save.
Makes sense.
So that would bring us to Xerxes.
My action surge. I've still got 3 attacks.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Oh.
One moment.
Okay.
Sorry.
Which
No,
is
it's
funny
fine.
because that's a slot.
Oh, yeah, it is actually. Alright, so
Fitting.
if that hit 18 hits, so
15.
that's going to be 10 plus 5. 15 points of damage for the first of the 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and dump a tripping attack into the tiny creature.
In my mind, you're using your glaive like a golf club and just
Yeah.
into the wall of the temple.
So that is another
Or
5
what's
points
that,
of damage, and he will
what's
need to
that,
make a strength
thing
save.
that people have
So
where it's just like
strength save is a natural.
2 people
20.
rackets
Okay,
and
so
then
then
at a
So how many
Oh,
points of damage?
badminton?
So
No,
it's
not like
20 total
opposite
for the whole
sides, they
thing.
just hit a
It was
ball
just
at a
another five
wall.
from what I
Oh,
told
okay,
you
gotcha,
before.
gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't remember what it's called though.
Okay.
And then next attack is a unnatural 20 to hit,
Okay. That's
Racket.
gonna.
and then
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
that is 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And last strike is probably not gonna hit. That is freak. Plus 9 is 13 to hit.
Okay. And that will not.
Okay, then I am done.
Xerxes, you are currently still in here.
I want to kill him.
Wow. Wow. Zoom back in. There we go.
Take him out to a nice meal.
Oh, hang on.
drink first.
I will. Let's see.
It just looks like your magic.
Can I get 3d10 from you?
And you hear, you did good, right?
Okay.
You're a great kid. Great kid, great. Don't get cocky.
I'm gonna cast.
I just saw what you were gonna cast.
What?
I just saw what you had up.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast Gios.
No idea what that does.
So
It's what?
it's a magical command.
It's
basically.
currently on me.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. No.
Okay.
It's not.
Wait, I need one
Okay.
more d10. I need one more d10, sorry.
So I'm going to command it not to use any magic or, yeah, and stay in place.
granite.
He can resist that. He will take damage if he does so.
Yes, he will take damage if he resists.
Okay.
Yes.
How much
It's
damage?
also charmed
It's like 3d10
by me,
or
so
something.
Wow.
Psychic damage.
yeah,
Okay.
It's not fun.
5d10.
Now, reminder that you said these have magic resistance, right? Have you been rolling with
Oh.
advantage on all of these?
No! Crap!
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, that was a nat 20. He makes his save.
Sorry.
Nope.
No.
Oh,
It's
wait,
not your
no.
job.
Wait.
Sorry, that
You
was
have inspiration.
The
Oh. Well,
I forgot that he had magic resistance.
The slot
so I
gives
advantage
I
on
have to
saves.
start rolling with advantage.
Oh, okay.
That's what that was. Sorry. That's
Okay.
that's me being super forgetful.
No, it's
I
okay.
wrote down
Just
now too.
I'm just gonna use my inspiration to make it reroll. So.
Oh, it's still gonna pass. It's an 18. So
Sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. That's fine.
Sorry, no.
The DM
Fine.
couldn't not do it.
Well, DM Steven forgets these things all the time.
Thank you,
So-
DM Stephen. It was an excellent attempt.
For all of
Does
my
anything
players
happen on a
reminding
fail,
me of things.
or does it just not have effect?
I don't think it has
Yeah.
effect.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I chose to fail it when it was cast on me.
Yep.
It was a darn good attempt.
It's a good spell
Saying
too.
we just need to drown it.
Giannis, Janice, what you got?
Do it.
Does a 24 hit the death slot?
Yes.
He is going to take 62 points of damage.
Great. What are you doing?
Inflict wounds at 6th level.
Grabbing it.
Yep.
Bart Simpson it.
Throttling.
Why, you little.
So I'm going to use my magic to, for the short duration of my spell, conjure up another jar that he is stuck in and shake him around and deal 62 points of damage.
I'm
And then
over
the-
here standing
Yeah,
with
and then the jar
jar.
dissipates and he falls back on the ground.
And then we're going to. It's gonna be his turn, so he's
Wisdom
going
save.
to wisdom save. And he's actually one was a 1 and one was a 20.
He's going to cast Fireball to destroy us.
Now he can actually do a thing.
Fireball, die!
Let's see.
He can attempt to do a thing.
I was gonna attempt.
And he is going to. Let's see, which one do I like more? I think it's probably going to be Fireball. So I'm just going to go ahead and say Fireball. He's going to cast Fireball. I will look at the other one in a moment.
What's the other one?
Cloud Kill.
That's a 5th level spell.
So that one's a roll. It might go through.
Where is my
Even if it does, it won't
I
stay.
almost took Cloud Kill, but then it's like it's an area of effect you can't control, and it's like
Yeah. It's really cool with like Force Cage and stuff, but
Where's, oh, one page
So,
too far, sorry.
once Claudius dies, because it's sort of a foregone conclusion that Claudius is gonna die.
So he is
We shall
going to. You say that, but I mean.
Of course, I thought he was gonna be dead by now.
Yeah, you already have your next character.
So he is going
It's gonna be like Jade. We're not gonna let you die. Every time you die, we're gonna bring you back to life.
He's gonna try and
Let me die.
over, like, kind of between you guys so that he's.
He is still afraid of me.
Oh, he's still afraid of you.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that lasted for a minute.
So he's gonna go as far away from you as he can.
Oh, and that's
Um,
his action too, isn't it? 'Cause he has
Yep.
to dash.
Oh.
Yep, he has to run. That is what he is going to do, is
well,
run away
He
from
doesn't
me.
have to use his action to dash.
I will
He
check.
has
I could be
to-
wrong.
Yeah, double check just in case.
Because that might have been a specific effect of
And
what
Yeah,
are
that's
there
a big
more
check.
saves that get made over time? Nope, just period.
It
It's
lasts
a
for a
safe
minute.
suck, yeah.
I think it's one of those things where if it doesn't have anything else to do, it can use its action to dash. But it can attack. It just, with fear, it does not want to be close to the individual.
So it has like disadvantage on attacks. Is that
Alright,
the one?
this is... okay. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. the creature cannot willingly move closer to its source of fear.
Yes.
Okay.
I
So
was
So
thinking
he's
of
just
turn
moving
dead,
away.
I think.
Right.
But so I would be moving. I would have used movement on my turn to position myself so that to try and limit what directions he could run. I'm trying to box him in since he can't get any closer to me.
Okay. So
He'll try and run.
He
Okay.
runs towards the chapel.
he runs. Yeah, I guess he would run toward the chapel, kind of toward the door. You guys are kind of in the door.
Yeah, he's small. He can go between us.
True.
That's
He
true.
Can pass through
That's
our space.
true. I'm gonna let that be.
Do you?
And that's
does
an
he
attack
want
of
to do that?
opportunity, and an attack of opportunity, and an attack of opportunity, and an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to do that.
That's true. That's true.
Just have him cut left.
So he does not have to run away. He just cannot get any closer to me than he already is.
Okay, so he would probably not get any closer to you then. He would turn probably to the corner so that he could get all of you except Melbane. Well, and those of you, like, you moved up, right? Because you were casting spells. And Elaine...
I think everyone's by the door.
I don't think
If
Elaine's
not
had a chance
outside.
to move yet.
Elaine hasn't moved yet. So he is going to cast pretty much into that cone by the doorway.
What's he casting?
Fireball.
Counterspell.
Is he upcasting? If he upcasts, then there's a chance that it goes through anyway.
If you cast anything higher than 3rd level, then
Oh.
the counterspell, you have to make a roll to try and dispel it.
Yeah, he would probably do
Does
that.
he have higher spells to cast Fireball, or does it just say he has Fireball?
Well, if he can cast Cloud Kill,
Yeah.
he's got a 5th level spell slot.
Yeah.
So
So he's
so-
going to go ahead and try and up that.
To what? A fifth
So,
level spell slot?
yeah, to a fifth
He will need
spell
to
slot.
roll.
so you'd have to roll a 15.
Oh, no, that's not happening. 5th level Counterspell.
Oh, that works then.
Or that.
Yeah,
that works
you
too.
can do that too, yeah.
Thanks.
Alright.
Wink. I'm the alone here who can cast spells. Anyone else who says otherwise,
You're
I was
like
kind
that.
of like,
to damage me.
That's fair.
Is all one who cast spells to damage you?
you see him, and nothing happens.
This is
So,
like
so I am
second
gonna
time.
just be like, you're just gonna keep doing this? You're just gonna keep, you've been shrunk, you've been put in a jar, are you really just gonna keep trying?
You said he recognized me. Did I catch that, or was that just a thing that happened that I wasn't aware of?
I think you caught that.
And I am gonna throw out, I wasn't wrong. The man from your dreams did invite us here. Said we should check it out, see if we found anything interesting.
He just, like, growls at you. And at this point, you know that there was something to what you caught because he turns to you. Betrayer.
oh, good.
My death will not be in vain.
Is it my turn yet?
Pretty much at this point, he's gonna die before his next chance to make a wisdom save, so sure.
So who wants
If
the honor
you want the
of killing him?
killing blow, go for it.
No, I'm so done with this. I've filled the jar with water at this point. I pick him up, shove it in, and close the lid. I'm done.
So
I
you,
just
you're
imagine
waving
him.
to him.
Just imagine him letting these bubbles out and like folding his arms and sitting on the bottom of the.
He's just kind of like waiting and looking at you, and
I do feel bad.
he just kind of nods and like half smiles. And it does take a long time because he is a slod.
But I figure we can go about and do things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the. Well, are we still sticking around to make sure he doesn't cast spells, or?
He can't.
There are somatic only spells.
Not a lot.
Because if not, I'm just gonna have the Tweedles dig a little hole and bury the jar in it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Most of those somatic spells that could get you out require line of sight.
Fair enough.
So I'm just gonna have one of the Tweedles like. Whoop.
And they do. So now there is a slod buried in
In a jar.
a jar. And
It dies.
eventually.
Maybe.
Probably.
So yeah, there's a slot in a drawer buried in the dirt.
If it doesn't.
So it is 9:30. If you guys would like, we can end here. I don't think it would take you long to put together what there is to put together in here. So I will let you guys pick. I know you got a baby girl.
Well, it's more about getting up early in the morning.
Also fair.
I think we should end here.
Okay.
This is a good place.
This
In
is
the
a good
next
place to
episode,
end.
we shall preach.
Yes.
Oh, Saint Claudius!
I was planning on leaving a note on the door that said meeting has been canceled.
Meeting has
They
been
were wrong.
postponed until next
Something
week.
like that, and then just
The meeting has
go.
been postponed and moved. Its schedule has been
I
moved.
don't know if Janice would be okay leaving.
We will find out next time.
Dragon balls.
Thank you guys for being awesome and staying with us. This
Poor Slod.
This was an interesting
Yeah.
night. Oh, and that reminds me, I've got a couple more things I need to write.
Good night,
Um,
poser.
Yes,
Good night.
good night, all. You are lovely people. I am super excited to check out Chipper's drawings a little bit closer. But you're freaking fantastic, and we will be back with you next week to see what kind of shenaniganery these guys can get into again and always, because that's what they do. I'm gonna throw up the Discord and the YouTube again. Particularly the Discord might be fun for those of you who might be interested in some of the asides. I suspect there will probably be another Claudius aside sometime soon, and there will probably be a Xerxes aside at some point in the near future as well. What transpired between her and the respective Tweedles in the barn, how they got along. So you guys have a lovely rest of your night, and hopefully we should have our cactus back next week. So yeah. All the love to you guys, and until next time,
Grab your bats and grab your balls.
and we will see you next week. Bye-bye. Stop.
Feels weird.